What's up, everyone? $3 sit and go. There is two more. We need to fill this one up. So hop in there now. I wanted to get in one first. One more to start. $3 sit and go. Mouth, silent. Whoever wants to hop in. One more to start. 12 team. $3 sit and go. Hop on in there. Draft with us and get the show started with a bang here. We can wait around possibly after that. Apparently, there's 8 World Cup games left. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway this weekend. 63 days until football. Life is good. Well, the 63 days away from football is good and bad. You know, it's a nice build-up. We all appreciate waiting, but I wish it was here already. Although draft season is probably the most fun season. You know, we do a lot of basketball around here as well, which is fun as well. But the redraft season is really when it kicks off. Guys, one more to start. We need one more in the 12-team, $3 sit and go. Yeah, Mouth will be on the show soon. Probably next week. I'll figure something out with Mouth. Maybe you can come on and draft with me one of these nights. I was actually just on Downtown Sports today, guys. That episode will be dropping probably tomorrow, maybe tonight, depending on what Mouth thinks. Mouth in the chat, when's that episode dropping? We have the 4th pick. We have Mouth in here. Are you in here, Silent? Looks like it's just us. Yeah, definitely. We'll have Mouth on here next week, and we can do a draft night. Hang out, chill. Maybe they'll drop. Right now, there's no tournaments on Underdog again. They all filled up. I see SILO, the guy picking at 8. I thought that might have been you. There's no tournaments on Underdog right now. It's literally weekly winners, eliminator, best ball mania, and like the big dog. And there's a $1,000 league and a $500 like tournament. Nothing small, nothing juicy. Sucks, man. So tomorrow they should be dropping more tournaments on Underdog, I hope, because this is brutal. Although we like drafting sit and goes. I definitely enjoy them. It's a nice way to keep the baseline kind of high too, right? If you just do all tournaments, there's a chance you'll definitely lose not a bunch of money, but if you put $1,000 in tournaments, there's a chance you're walking away with only $600, losing $400. If you sprinkle in $300 in sit and goes, you should return at least $300 or $400 from those, because if you know ball, it's easier to win a couple of these leagues. We'll probably get Puka Nacua at 4. No big deal. That's about right. We were on with Matt O'Boyle, one of Mouth's old friends, and one of his mentors, I guess you'd say. Appreciate that, Mouth. I'm glad. I know he had some stuff going on in the background, I could tell. And he didn't know much about the Brandon Ayuk situation, but I'm glad I got to go on with him. Mouth is drafting from the 11 hole, so we're on opposite sides of the board. I like being on the opposite side of Mouth, so we're not going to be taking each other's players too often. We'll see how this draft shakes out. Like I said, it's a light slate on Underdog right now, so we're going to hop in a couple of these sit and goes and see how many people get in here. We need to hit 20 likes, $10 in Super Chat, 5 subs, or a Patreon member on this live stream. We'll do a second draft that keeps on going for every draft. We'll be on here sometimes 4 hours, 5 hours in a night. There goes JSN falling to 8. Pick 8 for JSN seems like a steal. Like, I love JSN at 6. I don't mind him at 5. Genty's off early, so Mouth might get CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson. Mouth. We'll see if he goes Justin Jefferson here. Or James Cook. He'll probably go Cook and Henry, is my guess. He goes Jefferson. He'll probably go Henry with the next pick. If I know my Mouthy. When's the episode dropping, Mouth? Let the people know. And there's the Henry pick. Knew that was coming. So we're really hoping we can get one of these running backs. Doubtful, though. There's 3 left. I have them up in 5 picks. Worst case scenario, we're getting Bowers or A.J. Brown or Drake London. So I'm fine with any of those guys. Downtown has 3 episodes dropping this week, guys. So big slate for Downtown Sports. If you have not checked them out yet, go ahead and check them out. It's where sports come home. That's where Mouth and Beast hosts one of the most versatile sports shows on YouTube. Also on 23 other platforms. So you can find them on YouTube now. So head over there if you'd like and give them a like, give them a sub. Support the boys. All right, Kenneth Walker off the board. Does not appear the running backs are all gone already. Jeremiah Love is the only one on the board. So we're going to pivot and take either Brock Bowers or Drake London. I'm guessing A.J. Brown will go. There goes A.J. Brown. Pretty standard now. A.J. Brown is going ahead of Drake London in almost all of these leagues. We're happy with getting Drake London here. Unfortunately, they both have the same bye week, so I have a Week 11 bye issue, which is not the bye issue you want because Week 11 is bye-mageddon. We don't love that, but we're going to take best player available. I'm not going to take Nico over Drake London just to kind of spread the buys out. I just have to be weary of the fact that both my receivers have Week 11 buys. And in general, Week 11, I just can't be taking too many guys that have that Week 11 bye week. So we're going to queue up some guys here. Here we go. All right, 4 guys in the queue. It's pretty gross. If all my 4 guys get taken, I currently have Trey McBride, George Pickens, and Rashee Rice. They might go all in order here, which would not be great for me. If I can get one of these 3 guys, I'll be pretty happy with this start. All right, cool. Breece Hall's off the board. We're going to get one of them. I think I prefer Trey McBride here in a sit and go. I love taking Trey McBride because I'm not worried about stacking in these. The problem with Bowers and Trey McBride, specifically Bowers, is the stacking aspect. Like, I don't want to take Mendoza and have nothing for possibly 6 weeks. I definitely don't want to take Kirk Cousins and play for the first 6 weeks. And then the worry about McBride is, Brissett is a safer pick because he's going to start the year, we think. He might get benched at the end of the year. They might go with, the rookie and Carson back and see what he has. So we have a really nice receiver core right now. Got to make up running back. I do love the running backs available here at the 4-5 turn. I can get a David Montgomery and Bucky Irving, get David Montgomery and Quinshon Judkins. Super comfortable with that. I did not. There's another Ayuk video. We just did an Ayuk show on Downtown, and every day with this stuff, man. Every day, Ayuk's dropping something. He's releasing as much content as we are, and that's our job here. That's not his job. His job is to play football, not to release Instagram videos. I made the joke on Downtown. I said, essentially, Brandon Ayuk is turning into an Instagram model, and that's just not good. You can make some good money if you're a hot chick, but it's not good money relative to what he was making in the NFL. So. Really, really weird situation there. What up, Jonathan? How you doing? We had to pivot on tonight's show. The Chaz was supposed to come on. We were supposed to talk tight ends, the tight end preview show. He's 23 years old, 22 years old. Anyway, he chose to go out to have some drinks with some buddies after work. Totally cool. We're going to push that show off till next Wednesday. So I always tell him, man, I prefer you give me more notice, Chaz. Maybe if you're listening, give me more than just 2 hours notice. But either way, it's fine. Have fun with your buddies. Have a good time. Maybe meet a feminina out there, something like that. Just be safe. Don't drink and drive. That goes for everyone out there. Javonte Williams falling to Mouth. Mouth has a pretty nice start here. Pretty nice start. Guys, I see 9 people in here. I see 6 likes. We need 20 likes to do another draft. 20 likes. It's not asking very much. It's pretty low. Or 5 subs. We can get 5 subs. That'd be great, too. I'll like the video with one of my other accounts. Help juice these numbers up a little bit, brother. Babe, you want to show everyone your blonde hair? No. She bleached her, not bleached her hair, but kind of bleached her hair. She's very blonde right now. I do like the blonde. Josh Jacobs, so he's building a running back monster. Not great for me, but you know what? Essentially, the rest of the draft, we're not going to be picking the same positions. He has 3 running backs. I have 0 running backs. So he'll be taking receivers. I'll be taking running backs. It'll all work out. Apparently, you know what? I'm guessing he probably gets a lot of views in his videos. I don't know how much Instagram pays. You need to have 1 million views, dude, to even make any kind of money. And again, $40,000 is nothing to Brandon Ayuk, to a football player. That's a lot to me. I'll take $4,000. But that dude has some major issues. It is a big problem there. Holy shit. We got some fallers here. Ibuka has fallen. I would take him if he falls. And he does not fall, so that's not going to happen. We need David Montgomery to fall here. There we go. We're happy with that pick. One of these running backs have to come back, though. Swift, Henderson, Bucky, and Judkins. I would probably rank it in a sit and go. Judkins, Bucky, Swift, Hendy. That's how I would rank these guys. There goes Waddle. Is there a receiver we would take? Jamison Williams is a guy I would probably take at pick 52. Don't imagine he'll be there. I can't take Devontae Adams. He has a week 11 bye. I could take Colson Loveland. I don't prefer a tight end this early, especially not Colson Loveland, but we have options. 6 guys in the queue. Okay, good. Running back or wide receivers are gone. This guy should go wide receiver here. He should probably go Devontae Adams. He goes Lamar Jackson. That's totally cool with me. So we're going to get one of these running backs for sure, whether it be Bucky, Judkins, or Swift. We might have our pick of the litter here. We'll see. This guy's probably going to go running back. He's probably going to take Travion Henderson. And the question is, do we go Bucky or do we go Quinshon Judkins? Oh, man. Bucky's tied to a way, but he takes Swift. So let's take Bucky because of the week 11 situation. We have 2 receivers with week 11 buys. We don't want to take another running back with a week 11 bye if we can help it. I think Bucky and Judkins are pretty close to me. I do prefer Judkins. But for the sake of bye issues and also maybe some exposure stuff, give me a share of Bucky. I've been taking a lot more Bucky recently. I would say I've done about 200 of these best ball drafts. And the first 100 drafts, I probably would have, I maybe had 3 or 4 Bucky shares. The next 100, the most recent 100 I've done, I've probably had like 15 Bucky shares. So I'm definitely warming to Bucky Irving. And it's coinciding with Bucky's ADP dropping, right? It's not a Bucky issue as much. And I do have some issues and concerns there in Tampa Bay with Bucky, but it's an 8 to 10 pick ADP drop from the first 100 drafts I did, which started way back in March, to the recent 100, which I've had more volume. That's the last month. And the last month, Bucky's been going in this spot right here, essentially middle of the 5th round, early 5th round. That's a pretty nice range for Bucky. I think the downside is baked in too much, and I don't think people are factoring in the upside of Bucky, which is last year he was hurt. The Sean Tucker is the thorn in his spine. I understand that. I'm not as worried about Sean Tucker. And at this value, the touchdowns don't have to be there. If Bucky scores 6 touchdowns with the talent we know he is tied to a pretty good offense, 1,200 total yards and 6 touchdowns seems like really good value for Bucky. Yeah, Underdog has a exposure thing, so it's for each type of tournament it has separate exposures. So there's like 3 different ones, for the marathon season, the weekly winners, all those have separate ones. But typically your main tournaments have one exposure list. So it'll show you, which is a good feature they have there. All of them do. Drafters has it. DraftKings has it. It's big, though, to know, sometimes you don't want to go too above board on a specific player. If you see you're like 30% on a guy, maybe take a little step back unless it's a player that you really, really, really believe in. But in general, the reason you don't want to have too much exposure on one guy is injuries. You can't predict injuries. We can predict injuries with someone like J.K. Dobbins, probably going to happen. But all these other guys, I heard ad nauseum from a million people last year, Christian McCaffrey can't stay healthy. Christian McCaffrey won't stay healthy. Well, Christian McCaffrey played all 17 games in the regular season and played 2 games in the postseason, had 450 touches, and he was definitely dinged up at the end of the year, but McCaffrey played every game. So predicting injuries is a losing battle. Oh, Mouth has 4 running backs now, so he might be done at running back. Tucker Kraft, no. Probably going to take Jaden Daniels here. We would definitely take Marvin Harrison. We're going to take Marvin Harrison and hope a quarterback falls back to us. So pretty solid start so far. 4 really good receivers, 2 solid RB2s in my mind. One, I love David Montgomery. Love David Montgomery. So we have a couple quarterbacks that we're fine with: Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. The person at the 1-2 turn already has Lamar Jackson, so he won't be taking a quarterback. I mean, he shouldn't take a quarterback. There goes JD5. So I'm going to get either Jalen Hurts or Caleb. So none of these guys should double up a quarterback. We'll take Jalen Hurts with pick 76 if that's how it falls. Be super happy to have that. Unless someone screws me here. In that case, we'll take DK Metcalf. We could take Jalen Warren. We could actually take Chuba Hubbard. That actually might be the smarter pick here, taking Chuba and punting quarterback. I think that's what I'm going to do. If Chuba's on the board still, now the problem is that the guy at the 2 spot only has one running back. He would probably take Jalen Warren, though. Most people take Jalen Warren over Chuba. There goes Jalen Warren. Totally fine with that. Give me Chuba. I will wait. I should take Jalen Hurts, but I am totally fine with this team pairing 3 quarterbacks together. I think I need the security at running back in a sit and go, and Chuba Hubbard definitely offers that. This dude needs to go receiver. He has 2 receivers right now with Trey McBride and a quarterback, so he has to take a receiver. He takes Alec Pierce. Let's take Chuba Hubbard. The last of, in my mind, besides, I guess Stevenson is the last guy I'm very comfortable with. After that, it's Harvey, Dowdle, Corum, and Nungai. I like all those players, but those are more timeshare backs. So I got the last of the starters there in Chuba Hubbard. Justin Herbert goes above Jalen Hurts, which is just wild. There's a chance that Mouth can grab Jalen Hurts here. I know he's still 5 picks away, but I've seen crazier things happen. These next 2 guys should not take Jalen Hurts. There's a point, though, where it's like, yeah, I'm going to take the best quarterback available, even if I have a quarterback. Lemon off the board. I don't like this guy's team at all. Whenever I see the Judkins pick was really nice, and Ladd was really nice too. Just the last 2 picks, Parker Washington and Mekhi Lemon in a half PPR. Like, no, those guys aren't scoring touchdowns. There goes Jalen Hurts. Would have been a hell of a pull for Mouth if he were to fall to Mouth there. At, what was that? He picked 83. Jalen Hurts went pick 81 though. Very, very, very late. There goes Dak. And probably going to be looking at quarterback here with one of the next 2 picks. I have pick 93 and pick 100. Would love to get Brock Purdy. That'd be ideal. Pretty high on Brock Purdy this year. Doubles up with Trevor Lawrence. Doesn't help my cause. We will get a good back here or a good wide receiver, and then we'll go from there. Sam Laporta could still be available. He is right now. We'd love Sam Laporta on this squad. Rico and Manungai on the board. Take either of those dudes. Sam Laporta's available. Let's see. 1 tight end. Only 1 tight end left of me. Silent, which quarterback do you want the most this year? The answer for me, I'm very high on Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels in particular. But the answer for me, Silent, is whatever quarterback falls. Whatever quarterback, if I get value on Josh Allen, which usually doesn't happen, but Lamar Jackson I'm very bullish on. He's got to fall to his ADP is the earliest I would touch him. Any rule of thumb with a quarterback. I am up. Sam Laporta fell to me, so let's just reach on Laporta a couple picks. I do love Lamar. I love Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels. Those are scoring specific. In a 6 for a passing touchdown league, give me all the Joe Burrow. 4 for a passing touchdown league, give me all the Jaden Daniels. But I'm not reaching on any of those guys. The tier of Caleb and Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts even, I'm going to take whoever falls the latest. I think they're all in a bucket for me. So, and I love the guys going after, right? I love the tier of Mahomes, Brock Purdy, Jackson Dart, Matt Stafford, Jared Goff, even farther down there, Kyler Murray. I'll just take whatever the scraps falls, and I'll just build a super team of running backs, wide receivers, maybe an elite tight end in there. That's usually my strategy every single year. Because quarterbacks are really hard to predict. You know, we can kind of project and predict volume for these other players. All the quarterbacks get all the volume. They're all starting quarterbacks. It's about touchdown rate and predicting the offensive efficiency and all those kind of things. So harder to do. Definitely harder to do. All right. Don't love Mahomes in a sit and go because the early season stuff. Does he miss a game or two? How long is he back to full? How long until he's back to full strength? 9 picks after ADP. I think he can do a lot worse than Patrick Mahomes in the 9th round. That seems like a steal to me. What's up, Connor? How you doing, buddy? Guys, 9 more likes. 9 more likes in this video. We fire up another draft. 5 subs in this video. Any Patreon sign up, all those things. We will sign up, or we will do another draft. It'll probably have to be a sit and go because there's no real tournaments to speak of right now, which is insane. Underdog needs to drop. They should be dropping a tournament every day until there's 6 small ones going, and then they're not filling. I don't know why they don't drop tournaments at least every other day. Because they dropped 3 tournaments, right? Like, what was it, 5 days ago, 6 days ago? They're all full now. Once the first one was full, they should have dropped another one. Always have 3 rotating, like puppies, super flex. All those are the ones that fill, man, super fast. I think they want Best Ball Mania to fill, and it will fill. Like, people will fill up Best Ball Mania in August. That's their thing, but they're losing money. I'm telling you, like me, I'm just going to do sit and goes, but I'm doing that because of the show. Like, I don't just draft sit and goes typically on my own. I will draft tournaments on my own in my own time. All right. Mouth has 2 quarterbacks. He now has his 3rd receiver. We'll see if he can save this receiver room. It is not great right now for him. It's JJ, Carnell Tate, and Jacoby Myers. He will probably take Matthew Golden or Wan'Dale Robinson. He might take Wan'Dale Robinson here. I think he needs that floor. We'll see what he does. Oh. Mouth, what are you doing, brother? That was too much a quarterback there. Too much a quarterback. He takes Kyler Murray. He already has Dak and Trevor Lawrence. That is a no-no. No. Not on board with that pick, brother. I like Kyler Murray where you got him. Yes. Definitely like it a little after ADP. But I feel like that's just too much in a quarterback. Those guys. Take Brooks. That's what I'm going to do. And then we need a quarterback here since Mouth took 3. This guy might take 1 too. This is rough. Not only was that pick not great, kind of screwed me. I need my 2nd quarterback. I wanted it to be Jordan Love, maybe Kyler. There goes Brooks. All right, this needs to be Baker. Let Baker fall to me. Okay, worked out. Borderline, this is borderline enough at quarterback, right? Mahomes and Baker. If I'm going to take a 3rd quarterback, it's got to be the Geno Smith, Jacoby Brissett tier, like round 16 to 17. Or I can take a shot on Penix, but I like Penix in a tournament, not in a sit and go. So we'll see, Connor. It's super light in here, man. There's 10 people watching right now. Super light right now. A lot of people probably didn't expect us to be doing this tonight. Like I said, Chaz was supposed to be joining me. We were going to do an earlier show for tight end preview, and he bailed out on me tonight. So I just figured I'd at least hop on and give you all something. There goes Kittle. Man, tempted on taking Kelsey's available, too early for me. Shakir's available. I really want Chris Rodriguez here. If I can get Chris Rodriguez, this running back room goes from an issue to actually pretty strong. Montgomery, Bucky Irving, Chuba Hubbard, and Chris Rodriguez. Still only have the 4 receivers I started with, but Puka, London, Rice, and Harrison is pretty nice start with 2 quarterbacks. I have Sam Laporta. A lot of flexibility. One of the issues I hate with Sam Laporta for my specific strategy is I'm all about taking TJ Hawkinson in every single draft, but he has a week 6 bye, and so does Laporta. So I pretty much can't take my favorite player to draft here, but that's fine. I already have like 35% or 40% TJ Hawkinson. Sometimes it's a good thing. It keeps me off drafting my guy, TJ. What is this Jake Ferguson nude? Okay, nothing of note there. Nothing of notes. Shaheed's off the board. Let's see. Okay. One more running back is still needed on this team. We need 5 for sure. Now we've got to the point where we need 8 receivers. You know, we started off receiver, and then a 4th one in the 6th round. It was looking like a 7 receiver team, but now that I've waited 5 rounds, I have to go 8 receivers. There goes Sam Darnold. Yeah, we're not looking at quarterback for a long time. I suppose if Malik Willis were to fall to me, I'd be tempted to take him. Dude, if you guess the year or the color, or if you guess all 3, I would say, Jonathan, you're a weirdo. But, Altima's a pretty safe guess. You could say like Civic. You know, there's a lot of pretty popular cars out there. But it is pretty wild. I will say that. We could end this tight end room right now with Chikakonkwo. I don't know if I love that, though. Should be he's pretty good, though. Laporta and Okonkwo should be good. What's up, Disbanded? Well, there goes Malik Willis. So we need Jalen Coker to be available. That would make this team awesome. I've been really drafting a lot of Jalen Coker recently. It just seems too obvious, right? Like there's no tight end of note, no tight end at all in Carolina. The 3rd receiver is Chris Brazzell and Xavier Legette. The running backs are not getting drafted high at all. So it's like, yeah, I'll take Jalen Coker at 141. Just seems like he is the clear second option in this offense outside of Chuba Hubbard, but Chuba Hubbard's not exactly a elite pass-catching running back. And the tight ends are going to mix in a little bit. They might score some touchdowns, but like in terms of volume, you're getting Jalen Coker in the 12th round right now, and he should be safe for 100 targets. Concepcion all day, dude. Better season this year, better career. I know it's wild to say a Browns receiver, but I love Concepcion's talent. I like Omar Cooper. The issue I have with Omar Cooper, I didn't understand the Jets draft pick of him, is Omar Cooper was probably besides Carnell Tate, I would say he was the most pro-ready receiver. Lemon, you could put Lemon in there as well. Like a high floor player that could come in and make an impact. That's why I wanted the Raiders to take Omar Cooper. Going to the Jets, like in general, it's the Jets. And also, there's a lot of competition there. They have 2 tight ends. They drafted Sadiq. They like Adonai Mitchell. Garrett Wilson's a target hog. Breece Hall catches a hell of a lot of passes out of the backfield. So it's like the best thing I loved about Omar Cooper isn't really going to be utilized. Like he'll be fine as a 3rd receiver, but he's not going to play that many snaps. I don't think they're going to try to throw the ball like as much as maybe some people. They're going to try to run the ball and play defense. All right. We got some really good options here. We're going to end this running back room. As long as these 2 running backs don't go off back to back, we're going to get a room here. We're going to get a team. I like Concepcion, dude. I know he's kind of a project, but what I love is that he's a guy that is so good with the ball in his hands that they can make it work. You know what I mean? Like they can make it work without him having to be a polished route runner and a consummate pro from the start. All right, we got Pacheco. This draft is going fucking swimmingly, dude. This is a great team. Our running back room has come together nicely. We waited to the 4th round. We got David Montgomery, Bucky Irving, Chuba Hubbard, Chris Rodriguez, and Isaiah Pacheco. Puka, London, Rice, Harrison, and Coker at receivers. So we have 5 receivers. We have Sam Laporta at tight ends, and we have Mahomes and Baker Mayfield. So this might have to be a 3 quarterback, 3 tight end team. I'm pretty sure it said 10:45, Derek. You're busy sniping some fools. Like, actually, you're in Texas. Everyone has guns. They all have guns in Texas, man.
Well, you can camp out here for a while.
Well, this is pretty sweet. Does this couch fold out to a bed?
Yeah, totally great bed. But that's Jenkins' bed. Your bed's over here.
Dude, that is so fucking weak. How am I supposed to get a chick in that?
No, don't worry, dude. You couldn't get a chick if you had a $100 bill hanging out of your zipper.
Yeah, I could.
No, dude, you're a little bitch.
I am not. I don't even know why I hang out with you guys.
Because you're a piece of shit.
I am not a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, but you're a little bitch.
Sure.
Sure. All right. Well, since Derek's in here, if Derek wants to draft and Connor wants to draft, I'll do another one regardless. How about that? Because I love Derek. I love Connor. We have mouth in here. Let's give the people what they want. Let's give them what they want. There goes Zach Charbonnet off the board. Man. We have, Dylan Sampson's available, but we need tight end help for sure. Like this option. Quarterback help as well. We're going to wait. We have 2 quarterbacks already, so there's no point in taking Aaron Rodgers here. I would much rather wait and get Jacoby Brissett 2 rounds later. If it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world to just have Mayfield and Baker. Mahomes and Baker. Not the end of the world there. Prefer it'd be better than that, but we're going to have to take... Let's take Trey Tucker well after ADP. Another body in there at receiver. I have a lot of week 6 buys. I would love to take Isaac Tesla here. I already have Laporta. I already have Pacheco. Doesn't seem like a good strategy there. We need a tight end. I want Hawkinson so bad, and I might still take Hawkinson if he falls, just because I'm already kind of dug in on taking 3 tight ends now. Like, as much as I love Laporta, he's not Tyler Warren. He's not Colson Loveland. He's clearly not Brock Bowers and those guys. So probably are going to take Hawkinson. We'll take Dalton Schultz if not. We don't have any other Texans, right? We only have Montgomery. So we could take Dalton Schultz. Yeah, 3 Lions receivers and a sit and go does not seem ideal, but like you said, if you're getting guys way after ADP, it kind of softens that, takes away some of your upside, but this is also sit and go. When you're getting them at ADP value, I don't hate that. God, Sampson's still available. I should have waited. I wish I didn't take Rodriguez now. I could have taken Shakir or Shaheed, but, it's easy to naysay it now. All right, we're going to take Hawkinson. Now we have to take a 3rd tight end and a 3rd quarterback, and I think this team could be fine with 7 receivers. Totally fine with 7 receivers in the squad. Let's make it really balanced and really heavy at the onesies. Because I did wait, essentially, definitely at the quarterback position with Mahomes and Baker, and then Laporta was 8th round, so I didn't really put a lot into that position in general. I have a lot into wide receiver early. I reinforced that running back room pretty heavy there in the middle rounds. So we will finish this team off with a tight end, a 3rd quarterback, and then a receiver. I think we're fine with our running back room we have currently. We have 5 of them. It's David Montgomery, Bucky Irving, Chuba Hubbard, Chris Rodriguez, and Isaiah Pacheco. And a sit and go, I am very happy with that. They all have their role. Chuba's a great 3. Rodriguez is going to score some touchdowns, and Pacheco will have some weekly floor, as well as the upside if something happens to Jahmyr Gibbs, which we don't want Jahmyr Gibbs to get hurt, guys. We definitely don't want it. But I have a lot of Gibbs. I take him number 1. I think it's an easy number 1 pick. But I have way more Isaiah Pacheco. That's the weird thing, right? When you take all this ADP value, but you don't take the players you love, you end up not loving the team. I much prefer the ADP game in tournaments because you're against a large field, right? It's not just the league you're drafting against; it's all the other guys. So if you take a guy that you don't like, let's call it I'm trying to think of an example. Let's call it Dallas Goedert. Let's say you're not a big Dallas Goedert fan this year. His ADP is 136. In a sit and go, if he's there at 144, okay, whatever. But in a tournament, if he's there at 144, you're getting 8 picks of value. The field is probably taking him at ADP or earlier than ADP. Right there, right? It's his ADP for a reason. So you're getting 8 rounds of value. So as much as you don't love the player, it's a smart bet in terms of advancement rate and upside in your team because, once you make the playoffs, you're going to be facing potentially a lot of teams that have Dallas Goedert, and they would have had to spend a higher draft pick to get him. Therefore, your team might be better. You have an edge there. All right, guys, 3 more rounds. We're going to hop in another draft after this for Derek, for Connor, for Mouth. And we'll do draft grades real quick. It's just me and Mouth in this one. So there'll be a quick draft grades. We'll do letter grades, A through F, as usual. Let me know in the chat what you think about the teams. Who won the draft, me and Mouth? Pretty sure I won this one, just based on the fact that he took 3 quarterbacks in the first 10 rounds. That is a no-no. What's your guys' super early Super Bowl take? Man, every year I say the Bills. So, do I say it again? Probably the Bills, man. Man, as much as I love the Rams, you know what? I think the Lions actually are an underrated team, and I think this could be the year the Lions do it. Probably not a popular opinion. I really do. So we're going to take Gunnar Helm. We like this for our 3rd tight end. We're going to pop in... Shit. Man, I fucked up. I should have taken Brissett here. I should still get Brissett. You know what? I think Bills and Ravens, those are the 2 teams. I know everyone's bullish on the Chargers and everyone's all about the Broncos. I get all that. There's just no way. I just can't see Lamar and Josh Allen going one more year and neither of them going to a Super Bowl. I mean, they're both too good. They're just too good. So that's my take. And there goes Brissett. I fucked up, man. So we're going to roll with just a 2 quarterback team. It kind of sucks, but fucked my team up here. So let's go with Torrey Horton. So quarterback is going to be not an issue. Mahomes and Baker, it's not great, but I think it should be okay for floor. I needed Brissett on this team. I could have still had Cade Otton, or Freiermuth. Fine with both those guys. Just a mistake on my end. This is a great draft. I just fucked up 1 pick here. We'll see if it bites me. Is there a quarterback I'd take in the last round? You know what? Could take Watson here if he does fall back. That'd be a good pick. Well, I don't think Miles going to take him, so. The Cowboys year, I don't think so. But you know what? The upside of the Cowboys is a Super Bowl team, right? The defense, if the defense is middle of the road, this offense has a chance to be top 3. I think it's top 5 pretty easily, honestly, if they stay healthy and George Pickens is engaged and willing to play hard and CeeDee Lamb stays healthy. This offense is elite, man. I wouldn't advise betting the Cowboys in general because the Cowboys are a very public team. and the odds are never fair, right? And Bears are kind of there as well. There's just not a lot of value in betting the Cowboys because they know they can set it lower. Their win total, their Super Bowl odds, their division odds lower than they should. And there's a faction of Cowboys fans that just bet on the Cowboys. So that's not a good bet. But in terms of real life, it could happen. You know, Derek, I picked the Cowboys to win the division. We'll see if it changes when I make my official picks. Probably do that show sometime in August. But early on, we did a show in May. We kind of did a little rough draft, and I picked the Cowboys. After the draft, man, I love the draft they had. So I'm bullish in the Cowboys. I definitely love the Cowboys over their win total. I think they're a 10-win team. Jay, they might be 50-1. I don't think they'd be 50-1. Maybe 35-1. The Bears are 30-1, I think, and the Lions have a lower chance to win the division. I think they're right there together. So it's probably 30-1 for the Lions. I do dig that, man. I definitely dig it. And there goes Deshaun Watson. So we're going to take another receiver here. I need someone with upside because my receiver room's really good. And a floor player is not going to help me here. I really should have taken Brissett ahead of Gunnar Helm and then taken Kate Otten. That's where I fucked up in this draft. One fucked up pick. It's not a big deal. Is Baker and Mahomes enough is the question. We're going to get through it here in draft grades, and we'll grade it out. But I think the 2 quarterback build, if it works, is higher upside. Unfortunately, we're not playing in a tournament right now. So this is a sit and go. So I don't love the 2 quarterbacks, those 2 I took. In terms of just keeping it a 2 quarterback team, that kind of did lower my weekly floor. Just on the weeks alone, they have buys. It's just I'm going to be going Baker or nothing, and then Mahomes or nothing week 10. So we'll see how it grades out. Let's wait for this last pick. We'll do draft grades here. Mouth, you might have done great. I'm sorry, brother. The Kyler Murray pick, you picked 3 quarterbacks in the top 10 rounds. Not good. Your team's got your wide receivers have to be dog shit. We'll see if you made it work, but that's a big no, bro. That's a big no. Let's go to still here. This might be hard to find. Let's go to completed here. It's in this one. Here we go. I got it. This Bennett was born a Cowboys fan. Let me get to this tab. With my baby pick from this Sears wearing a number 12 Roger Staubach jersey. That's old school. How old are you, Disbanded? Because that's pretty. Unless your dad was obviously a diehard, and Roger Staubach was a goat, one of the goats. All right, let's go to my team first. We have letter grades A through F. This is a sit and go. This is not a tournament. Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes. What the fuck? There we go. David Montgomery, Bucky Irving, Chuba Hubbard, Chris Rodriguez, and Isaiah Pacheco. We did a 2-5-8-3 build. Montgomery, Irving, Hubbard, Rodriguez, Isaiah Pacheco, Puka, Drake London, Rashee Rice, Marvin Harrison, Jalen Coker, Trey Tucker, Torrey Horton, and Keon Coleman, Sam Laporta, TJ Hawkinson, my boy, and Gunnar Helm. Pretty balanced team. Like I said, I wish I had a third quarterback, but running back came together pretty nicely with how long I waited. Receiver room is really good. Top 3 are epic. I love me some Marvin Harrison, and then just some floor plays there at the end. You know, I'm not upset with the quarterback thing now. I think I needed Keon Coleman on this team. Because looking at the guys after Marvin Harrison, the next 4, Coker, Tucker, Horton, Keon Coleman. If it was just Coker, Tucker, and Torrey Horton, I don't know if that's enough. I mean, it is probably enough, but I can't really expect a lot of flex stuff from my running backs. And, I like Hawkinson, but do I really want him in my flex most weeks? Probably not. So, pretty solid team. We have Jay says, Rob, your runners seem weak. Yeah, I went wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. And then, yeah, Bucky's not great as a 2. I'm a fan of Bucky now where he's going. And then Chuba just gives me some early season stuff. Rodriguez, Pacheco. It's not the best running back room. I think the strength of this team is the wide receiver room, and then actually the tight end room is pretty strong. So very balanced. B from Mouth, B plus from Derek. What's your grade, Jay? We had to go to Mouth Squad. It was just me and Mouth in this draft. 3-5-8-2. We have Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, and Kyler Murray. Derrick Henry, Javonte Williams, Josh Jacobs, Bayshell Tootin, and Zach Charbonnet. JJ, Cardinal Tate, Jacoby Myers, Travis Hunter, Juwan Jennings, Calvin Ridley, Tyquan Thornton, and Luke McCaffrey with Mark Andrews and Greg Dulcich. So the running back room's awesome. In a sit and go, it's tournament. If it was a tournament, you got to go just 4 running backs there. I have an argument. You just go 4 running backs here. This is Derrick Henry and Javonte Williams with Josh Jacobs and then Bayshell Tootin. So much capital at that position. So you put just way too much capital in the top of your draft. The 3 quarterbacks, like Kyler was just it's just unnecessary pick. It was right at ADP. If he had like fell around, maybe. But I think it's just too much at quarterback. Dak and Trevor Lawrence is more than enough. I think Bayshell Tootin is enough there at 4. And I love JJ. Cardinal Tate's not a great 2. Myers, Hunter's a 4. Like Travis Hunter, I know Dakota will tell you Travis Hunter's playing on offense primarily this year. I don't think he is. I don't mind the hedge with Jacoby Myers and Travis Hunter. Juwan Jennings, Calvin Ridley, Mark Andrews. See the quarterbacks again? Dak, Lawrence, and Murray. Tough grade. I got to go C, man. Just the build. Like the team is good. The build's an F. A D build, man. This is way too much at quarterback. There's just no way. Like, when is Kyler going to hit your lineup? You know, I just don't think Kyler's going to hit your lineup. If he does, it's going to be like a 2-point differential. And then Bayshell Tootin, kind of the same thing. So you have guys that just aren't going to be in your lineup a lot. Because, like, if your running back room stays healthy, Henry's in your lineup every week. Javonte's in your lineup most weeks. Josh Jacobs gets fucking 14 points a game. When is Bayshell Tootin cracking your lineup? And when he does crack your lineup, how many points is that making up over Josh Jacobs? Where, like, your wide receiver points, yeah, okay, you're going to have Jefferson and Cardinal Tate in your lineup every week. One guy's coming off a trash year, and the other one's a rookie with a bad team. And then Jacoby Myers has to be in your lineup every week. Now you're only going to play 3 of them. That's the nice thing is you have to play 3 of them because you don't have to play a flex. But, like, these other guys, I just don't trust. I do like Calvin Ridley. I love Tyquan Thornton. Just a lot of stuff. And the tight end room's pretty rough too, man. I love Andrews, but C minus, Mouth. I don't love this build. Mouth, what do you have a grade for this team? I just want to, like, because we've had some rough builds here, man, and we're many months into this. I want you to make money. Teams like this aren't going to make money. Just my opinion. I don't like the build. It's just a rough build. So C is pretty fair. This team could have been amazing, bro. If you just stopped at Bayshell Tootin and you stopped at Trevor Lawrence, you could have had pick 110 wide receiver, pick 59, or no, sorry, not pick 158 wide receiver. So you would have, you know, at 110, you could get a guy like Matthew Golden. If you added Matthew Golden to this team, if Matthew Golden slides in right there by Jacoby Myers, now you got some flexibility at wide receiver. So I think that is the key. That a couple of those picks changed everything. All right, let's do a sit and go. Let's look at the board here. Let's see if there's any that are kind of full. Who's down to draft? What's up, Shamrock? You going to draft with us, man? It says, yo, Helen Hunt. Yeah, Helen Hunt's in here. Helen Hunt's always here, baby. There she is. She's looking great. Look at that $1 million smile. Let's see the board. When we get to NFL, I don't want to do any MLB stuff. We have this one right here. Let's enter it. $3 sit and go. We have 3 people in it already. We should be able to fill up most of this draft. Who's drafting? Connor, are you in here? Shamrock's in here. Jedi's in here. Sweet. We should be able to fill this one up then. We got 4. The $3, Connor. Yeah, $3 12 team sit and go. Tomorrow we do have Mike Storey coming on the program. We are talking deep sleepers. Now, unlike the counselor sleepers, our threshold is pick 200. The ADP has to be above 200. We're talking guys that aren't even drafted. We're talking guys that keep an eye on. Guys, you're the names you need to know that could make that Puka Nacua, Bucky Irving, maybe not that upside. Guys that could be relevant in fantasy 2026 that no one's talking about. That's called deep sleepers. Mouth, $3, 12 teams. Same one we just did. That's tomorrow night. Friday, I believe Mike Hastings is coming on. We're going to do another ADP versus Vegas show. He's only coming on for an hour, so we'll probably draft some teams after he gets off. I'll do a little mailbag session with you guys once he gets off, and then we'll probably draft the team on Friday. Saturday night, Big Ray is coming on. We're just drafting all night, me and Big Ray on Saturday. And then Sunday, 12-person Shamrock. Yep, 12-person. Sunday, I have a concert to go to, but I'm going to do a stream in the afternoon. So I think we're leaving at I'm having people over at 2 for a little barbecue. We're leaving around 5 for the show, 4:30. So I'll be on around noon. I'll put that in the Discord as well if anyone wants to hang out Sunday afternoon with us. I don't want to miss a day, so we'll just do a day show, which is weird for me. But you know what? I'm going to be drinking anyway because I have a concert to go to. So hell yeah. All right, we have 5 waiting on 7 people. We have 5 people in here. We need 7 more people to join this. Derek says mine doesn't always update. Derek, let me check. Mine says 4 full now. Let's see. 8 more to start. Let me. Yours says 5 to go, Shamrock. Mine says 7 more to start. So am I in the wrong one? Okay, let me back out of this one. I'll join it. Just give it a second. I'll get in that one with you. I got to do it from my phone here. There. Should say 8 now, right? There we go. We're in. 4 more to start. This is the 12-team $3 sit and go. We need 4 more people. 4 more people to join this draft. $3 is all it costs. Drafting with a bunch of us. Mouth, it should say 4 more to go now. It's the bottom one. Having some issues with my Underdog real quick. 4 more. Okay, yeah, 4 more. Damn straight. There we go. There we go. Waiting on a couple people. Four more to start. All right, so let me fill up my beverage here. Play a clip.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
You just take it easy, man.
You know, that's your answer for everything, dude. And let me point out something. Pacifism is not... Look at our current situation with that camel fucker in Iraq. Pacifism is not something to hide behind.
Just take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude.
Yeah, waving the fucking gun around?
Calmer than you are.
That's me and Big Ray. Just funny at the end of that clip, though, the dude is actually is the one that's not calm, but he's not calm because Walter pulled out a fucking gun instead of a bowling alley because someone stepped over a line. By the way, just to clarify, Smokey and the Big Lebowski did step over the line. I believe he did step over the line. So, does not justify pulling a gun, pulling a piece on somebody. Guys, Downtown Sports does need your help, okay? Hop on over there. Give them a sub. You got, we need 2 more to start this. We have plenty of time. If you're not over there, check it out. They're at 37 subs. They just started the channel. They've been on all the other platforms for 6 years. They hopped over to YouTube to add another platform. And you're going to see my show on there tomorrow. If you sub, you're going to see my show talking about Brandon Ayuk. Downtown Sports. They've had Noah Eagle, Ion Eagle on this year. They have plenty of elite guests. Only twice a week, essentially. 2 shows a week to pay attention to. So go check them out. Give them a follow. Give them a sub. Do it for me. Do it for Mouth. Do it for the community. 1 more to start. 1 more to start. There we go. I got 1. Mouth has 2. Derek has 3. Montana's in here at 4. Connor's at 8. Shamrock's at 11. 6 of us. We have 6 of us in here. I don't like drafting next to all of you guys. Montana's super sharp. Derek and Mouth. God damn it. Don't like it. I'm not going to get anyone I like at the turn, at the 2-3 turn. I can already see it. I can already see it coming right now. I'm going to be stuck with like Jeremiah Love and fucking George Pickens. It's all good. We're going to make it work. I feel like there's no way I get a team as good as I did last draft because that was just me and Mouth. We were on opposite sides of the board. So I got to try to put something together here. Montana, you are by Chris Kyle, the American Sniper, which is not good for any of us. We're all next to him.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I can already see it coming. All right, Montana. Tough on all of us, you know. Connor's sitting there at 8. Shamrock's at 11. They're just loving life all the way to the other side of the board. That's the warm water. You know, we're in the cold, frigid, fucking shark-infested water over here. We get scraps. We don't get a full meal. We just get the fucking intestines and guts. You can survive on that, though. So we're going to survive on some intestines and guts and see what happens. Caffrey at 7. Connor gets JT at 8, most likely. That's pretty tasty right there. He takes CeeDee Lamb. JT falls even farther to pick 9. Wish I had picked 9 for many reasons. So, yeah, we have 6 of 12 in this league right here. The sit and go is people in the chat, community members and people in the chat. Going to be a tough draft, that's for sure. Shamrock's on the clock at the 111. I'll say this though, I feel bad for the other 6 people in this draft because they don't know what they're in. They don't know what they're in for here. Be a lot of sharp picks. There goes Genty at 11. He might get Genty and Barkley. Genty and Barkley is a great start. I love Cook Barkley. There goes Henry at the pick 13. Marion Hampton. Not a guy I'm very high on personally. I like Hampton much more in full PPR. I think his value is going to be on the back of 55 receptions, which plays fine in half PPR. But in half PPR, like his 55 receptions compared to Saquon's, we'll call it 35 or 40, is not enough to make up the touchdown. Like Saquon Barkley has a monopoly in that backfield. There's a faction of people that love the young up-and-coming Marion Hampton. And it's not just because of Hampton. It's because of Mike McDaniel. It's because of the offensive line being healthy, being tied to Justin Herbert. I get all of it. I just don't know how good of a player Marion Hampton is. I know what kind of player Saquon Barkley is and how they feature them. They feature him and only him. As good as Tank Bigsby was, Tank Bigsby will be on the field, but he's also not a pass catcher. So, like, I kind of like the fact that the guy behind Saquon this year is a grinder and an in-between the tackles guy, because I want Barkley to save some, to have some bullets left in the chamber. And running him up the middle a million times did not work last year. Maybe more creativity. I think Saquon's catching 50 balls this year, me personally. That's going to go a long way. And Saquon, we know, has all the touchdown upside in the world. Still bust off 70-yard touchdowns. I think he still has that in his range of outcomes. As much as I say I'm not on the Eagles, like, the Eagles' floor is like 9 wins, and their defense is too good to let. Like, they're not going to get blown out of games. So I was right. Let's take Love. Let's take Pickens. Not the start. That's the start. That's what I said I was going to get. I was going to be stuck with Jeremiah Love and George Pickens, which is kind of standard in a sharp draft, right? I was hoping I'd get Devonta Smith, but that wasn't going to happen with Mouth being in here. Nico Collins, of course, wasn't going to fall back. Montana takes Brock Bowers. All fair picks. Hetzer, I'd never get number 1. Last night was weird. I got 2 number 1 picks in a row, which never happens. What's up, Hetzer? How you doing, man? What's going on, brother? Rashee Rice falls all the way to pick 29. It's a good start. Similar to my start. I had Puka, London, Rice last time. This guy has St. Brown, London, Rice. That's interesting. 20 likes is scratch now. That's for the first draft, Mouth. If we kept that going, of course, we're going to eventually hit 20 if we do this show long enough. Should be able to get 20 likes in the first hour of the show, I would hope. But light night tonight. Definitely a light night. Light night. Weird word to say. 2 words to say. Connor with Josh Jacobs at 32. Shamrock is going to be probably taking a receiver here. It's my guess. Or Javonte. He might take Javonte Williams, actually, is my guess. There goes a big boo. Big boo. Where's the big boo clip? What happened to it? Can't find it. Ah, it's up here. I see. There it is.
And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue.
I have not drafted Breece Hall in a long while, dude. I was warming to him, man, but again, I don't just follow Vegas like lines to a T, but they're projecting Breece Hall for a very, very, very weak season. They don't have his receiving numbers up, and that's probably it. Again, this is half PPR, so I'm not following receiving numbers too much. 5.5 touchdowns is his over-under. Players like Javonte Williams have 9.5. Like, Vegas isn't that wrong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're wrong on both. Maybe they should both be at 7.5. But 5.5 rushing touchdowns is super low. I am not. And ETN has 6.5. Like, somehow Jeremiah Love has 5.5. But I do follow that a little bit. And I do disagree with how low they have this offense ranked. They have the ESPN ranked the Jets and the 32nd offense this year, which is, I would rank them 26th, 25th, because I think there's a lot of upside there. 32nd is wild. Like, how are they going to be better than? How are the Dolphins going to be better than the Jets in offense this year? No fucking way. No fucking way. Well, we have some dudes falling here. Loveland's available. Mouth will be taking Loveland. Nice pick, Derek. Derek. Shit. So Let's take. I got to make up receiver now. That's fine. Not thrilled about it. I was really hoping Luther Burden fell. Or Montgomery or Judkins. Those are my two guys. Best offense, give me the Lions this year, just with the schedule they have. Like, we saw what the damage the Patriots did last year with a really, really light schedule. And the Lions don't have as easy of a schedule as just based on the division they play in as what the Patriots had last year. But the Lions are always top 5, top 3. So Lions, to me, the best offense in the league, points per game wise. Worst offense, it's probably got to go to the Dolphins. Is my, like, if I had actually put money on this, regardless of odds, it's going to be the Dolphins. Like, besides A-Chain, nobody in that offense scares you. And I do like the dual threat, if you want to even call it a dual threat, mostly with his legs, Malik Willis. That's an easy offense to stop. If you just load the box and you make Malik Willis a passer, and Malik Willis can beat you with his arm when he has, like, NFL players to throw the ball to and a good offensive coordinator. Like, he does not have Matt LaFleur anymore, and he doesn't have Christian Watson. He has nothing. So that's my easy 2 answers there. If I want to think dark horse candidates for worst offenses in the league, I'll give you, man, I like what the Steelers did, but, like, if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt or he's playing hurt, the Steelers have a chance. As much as I like the Pittman pickup, and I'm a big DK fan, I think Rico Dowdle's good. It might be the Steelers. Any other teams jumping off the page to me? I mean, there's going to be obviously 5 teams in the bottom 5. That's the way stats work. Yeah, Browns have to be up there as well. The Browns have weapons, though, dude. Like, and they have 2 options at quarterback, and they have Judkins. Like, the Dolphins are way worse than the Browns. Whoa, worse Washington. I don't know if that's possible because they weren't the worst last year, and Jaden Daniels barely played, and when he did play, he was horrible. But, you know, they don't have a lot on offense. We have, Derek says, Brees at 26, Judkins at 46, or Bucky at 51. The best value of that group in terms of the ADPs that were just selected in this draft is going to be Bucky at 51. I would rank it Bucky, Judkins, Brees. I like Brees. I like Brees at 31. And I like Brees a lot more in a full PPR. In a half PPR, I'm not convinced that the Jets are going to be good, like even like decent. And Braylon Allen's there, man. Braylon Allen's a monster he's a men amongst boys. And he's now, you know, he was 20 as a rookie, 21 last year. Now he's 22 years old. He added some weights. Love me some Braylon Allen. He took the money silent. They offered him. I feel like he didn't make a lot of money, though. I think he would have had more. The market was soft, though, for a couple of reasons. The quarterbacks are playing longer. You know, there's a lot of veterans in the league. And also next year's draft class is so all-time. Some of these teams, you know, they didn't want Malik Willis. If you put him on just a below-average team, is going to make your team decent. And you're going to be out of the tankathon if you have Malik Willis. He's good. What was the injury, Mount? Was it an ankle injury? Ankle injury, right? I don't know how catastrophic it was. Wow. This is you guys are sharp, man. This is a sharp draft right now. There's not a lot left for me here at the 6-7 turn. Yeah, but it was pretty early in the year, man. It wasn't as bad as Judkins' injury, and Judkins got injured after Braylon Allen. And all the reports are that Judkins is full go. There goes Joe Burrow. Figured that would happen. Mouse taking Caleb for sure. Guarantee that. Oh, now he's going to take Jalen Hurts. That's fair. All right, doing what I can here. I got 3 snipers next to me, including the official American sniper, Chris Kyle himself there, Sunday Thunder at pick 3. It's rough, man. I thought there was a chance when I saw Drake May, Burrow, Caleb, and Hurts on the board there when Gandhi or whoever's picking the 5th pick there. I was like, I should be able to get one of them, but nope, you guys did not let that happen. It's all good. We know how to pivot around here. So we're going to pivot to a 3 quarterback build, late quarterback build, and I like the position players. So Pickens, Waddle, J-Mo, and DK Metcalf with Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, and Chuba Hubbard. See how old Shamrock's doing here. Lamar had some pretty nice value for Shamrock at pick 59. T. Higgins in the 4th round. Very, very nice there. Don't love Ibuka where you got him. Don't love Hampton, like I said. But Lamar was solid. Roma Dunze is pretty solid there. Really good value on a Dunze. So your last 3 picks have been locked and loaded, man. Here goes the next tier of quarterbacks. We just have Herbert, Purdy. Dak will go soon. Trevor Lawrence will go. Those guys will both be gone before the end of this round. These should probably be quarterback. There goes Trevor Lawrence. I'm guessing Dak will go this next pick. They're pick 82. Dak's ADP is 80. If he's smart, this guy doesn't take Dak. He waits to the next round. He takes Dak with the next pick because Lamar and Jaden Daniels are to his right. Little things right there. And he made the right move. He took Tucker Kraft. And this guy doubles up at quarter, so maybe he didn't make the right move. Jaden Daniels and Dak Prescott, it's okay, I guess. If he doesn't take another quarterback the rest of the draft, it'll work out for him. If he takes a 3rd quarterback here, that team is fucked. MLB episode drop with some NBA flavor. A lot of stuff going on in the NBA, man. This has been a wild, wild stretch for the NBA. Knicks winning the championship and then all the trades and moves. And the NBA draft as well. Montana, chug for Chaz. Yeah, Chaz ditching out tonight. You know what? Hopefully Chaz is chugging at the bar. You know, let's hope he's doing that because Chaz is a young guy. He needs to have some fun, you know? Although Chaz did just finish his 4 years up in Kentucky, which is a pretty awesome party school. I've never partied there myself, but just going on from what I've heard from others and himself, Kentucky is a really fun time. Great basketball school as well. Not a bad football program either. They've, Ray Davis went to Kentucky. Had quite a bit of solid NFL players. I love Ray Davis. Here we go. Here we go. Chuck for Chaz. And we're popping in a 3rd draft because Mr. Montana, who has an epic background picture of our boy Brandon Ayuk. Is that like a mugshot, Montana, of Brandon Ayuk? Is that what that is? Pretty great. Alec Pierce off the board. There's no way I'm getting this player, but it's fine. I love it. I dig it, man. I dig it. There goes. I knew that would happen. So, shit. We're going to keep on taking wide receivers. Let's take Jaden Reed and Josh Downs. Just guys that are falling past ADP. We're a little heavy at wide receiver now. We have 6 of them. We have no onesies. So, you know what? This is not a bad spot to be in. I like the quarterbacks available in the 11th, 12th, 13th round more than I like the receivers. So, tight ends, like it's very flat for both those positions as you get later down the draft board. So, we're going to pretty much be taking a lot of onesies here the rest of the draft. Again, guys, we don't have a single quarterback or tight end right now. We have 3 running backs and 6 receivers So we got to figure this out now. It's probably going to be a 7-receiver team. Probably a 5 running back, 7 receiver team, which leaves me 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends. That's a fair build at this point. See how it shakes down. If you just tuned in, man, we're going to do another draft after this. So stick around. We'll do draft grades right after this, and then we'll hop in a draft. So draft with us. It's a great time. Derek says Alec Pierce 14 picks after ADP. That's because it's a sit and go, Derek. Alec Pierce is much more valuable in a tournament because this is season long points, no tournament style, no playoffs. There's a chance Alec Pierce is missing the first couple weeks. Now I do dig that selection. Just that's probably the reason why. All right, Mouth is a quick study. He's done a quarterback, as you should be. Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes is definitely enough, my dude. I know you're going to be tempted to take Geno Smith. Unless it's the last round, I would advise against. That's all we want to do. We want to learn, keep on getting better. Still have about, by the way, today, it just turned midnight. Today, as in Thursday, right now it's Wednesday night. I still call it Wednesday night, but tomorrow, let's call it tomorrow, Thursday, is the marks 2 months prior to the NFL season starting. 62 days or something like that. So that's pretty good news. That's what's up. Maybe it's 63 days, whatever. I think it's 62. NFL season starts in 2 months, guys. We've been waiting for this since February. I think we all said it during our Super Bowl recap show, or maybe it was during our fantasy awards, our 2025 fantasy awards show. We're all like, we're waiting for the next season to start. So that's what the NFL does, man. It's like they balance it out, all the stuff, right? Free agency, the combine's a big thing now. Draft, free agency. Now you have off-season stuff, then you're going to have preseason. Like, there's just so much stuff dropping, not to mention with all the arrests. There's always NFL news. It's like a chick making you wait a very, very long time. And every time you see her, she's wearing something a little bit more like sexual and a little bit more like revealing. And by the time you actually get to it, you're just like, holy shit, I have waited a long time. I've seen almost everything. Wait to see the whole thing and the actual thing, which is in bed. In this case, is the NFL season. We're waiting. We're really, really waiting.
Yeah, well, Mom also said for you to stop sticking your dick in the vacuum cleaner.
Hello? Hello? I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
Don't disturb Doofy when he's cleaning his room. And all the quarterbacks are going. That's not ideal at all. Jonathan Brooks is still available. Tight end I like here. There goes Kelsey. So let's see, quarterback wise, everyone but Derek has 2. Shit. I know Derek's ass is taking a quarterback here. I just fucking know it. Brooks with some pretty good value there off the board. And this is most certainly going to be Jared Goff. Fuck. Throw me a bone, bro. Don't take Jared Goff. Throw me a bone. And he does it, of course. Easy pick. Obvious pick. I knew it. I knew it. It's all good. We're still going to get a guy I do like, not as much as Jared Goff, but we got Jordan Love and Mark Andrews. We got to start taking onesies at some point, and there they are. We'll probably take 2 more onesies the next round with 44. All right. Let's queue up some quarterbacks. Week 11 bye. That's tricky, but I think we're okay. Rashid Shaheed, pick 122. Figured I don't need him, but there was no way he was coming back to me. You definitely took that right out of Derek's cue right there, because I know Derek had Shaheed queued up there. So now I know Derek's going to take Horton, 12 picks ahead of ADP to get him. That's fine. I'm pretty much done at wide receiver. I have 6 receivers. You go running back, and then you're done at receiver by round 9. I do like that. There goes Tyler Shuck, as the counselor calls him, Tyler Show, because it's not Tyler Shuck. That's not how it's spelled. It's not how you spell Shuck. Shuck is SCHUK. Yeah, he doesn't understand the American language, the English language. It's names don't always look like they're spelled. Jordan Mason seems like pretty good value there. To Connor. It's pretty good teams right here, man. This is a good lobby right now. 6 of us in here, pretty sharp. I don't love being on the end, especially next to these 3 guys that I'm next to, but like at the end when you have 6 people in here, you're just not going to get the guys falling back to you. There's some news on Travis Hunter, fully on track for camp, so he's still not practicing. Not great. Jake Ferguson off the board. Damn, quarterbacks are rough right now. We'll see what's there. All right, we need a quarterback to fall. Guys, we need a quarterback to fall. We need a quarterback to fall. I'll show you my O face.
Things go well, I might be showing her my O face. Oh. You know what I'm talking about. Oh.
Yeah, we know. Love the O face. I prefer them showing me the O face, not me showing the O face. Well, 2 quarterbacks I'll take. Unfortunately, the guy with the next pick only has 1 quarterback. It's Drake May. All right, it's Montana, then Derek, then Mouth, then it is me. We'll see if they snipe me here. They all have 2 quarterbacks. There goes Woody Marks. We need another running back, too. We only have 3 running backs. I can't just totally punt that position right now. So, might have to, though. I might have to, because I need quarterbacks a more pressing matter with just Jordan Love on the squad right now. And there goes Pacheco. So let's take – is there a 10 I like? There's not. We're going to take Cam Ward. We're going to take C.J. Stroud. Be done at quarterback. Not a great room. Pretty safe room, though. I guess Jordan loves the upside play there. I don't know. This is a very floor-heavy quarterback room, but – anybody can throw 3 touchdowns, right? That's the goal. I really want to take Isaiah Pacheco. Mouth, you sniped me, brother. You sniped me. I would have really loved it because I have Gibbs. In a sit and go, I love having a situation like that. Gives me safety if Gibbs goes down, and also I feel like Pacheco is going to have some big weeks, even with Gibbs being in there. Me and Derek had a pretty nice conversation in the Discord today about the Isaiah Pacheco floor. Not even the ceiling. We all know what the ceiling is. If Gibbs gets hurt, we know what the ceiling is. We're talking about his touch floor, right? What is the minimum touches? If he's the number 2, they don't bring anyone else in. They don't bring in Najee Harris. They don't bring in James Conner if he gets released. What is the absolute floor for Isaiah Pacheco touches? What do you guys think in the chat? Because I think we settled at 140 touches, like 140 120 carries and 20 catches, because David Montgomery, I think I broke it down like this. So they have been averaging about 510 running back opportunities per game since Dan Campbell's taken over. Gibbs, 350 is max for Gibbs. Gibbs is not a 400 touch player. He should not be a 400 touch player. Bijan could maybe get to that threshold, but Gibbs is too small, and they need to spell him a little bit more than Bijan needs to get spelled. So if it's 350 for our boy Jahmyr Gibbs, that leaves 160 running back opportunities available. Just a typical year with the Lions, what they've averaged. I think Pacheco gets 80% of those. You know, Dan Campbell is very, very committed to a two-back system. He doesn't like rotating a third guy in there unless it's a blowout. So 140 touches for Pacheco, it feels like 550 yards. It feels like 4 or 5 touchdowns in this offense. And, you know, he's a decent pass catcher, right? He's not elite. He's not running routes out there. But I feel like even if there's no injury to Jahmyr Gibbs, which is part of the reason you're drafting Pacheco in these tournaments especially, and then in redraft as a handcuff, he's gonna meet his ADP. Where like some of these other guys, Tank Bigsby, Tajay Spears is not a great example, but Tank Bigsby, Jonah Coleman, Tyler Algier, they're not getting 140 touches, man. Brian Robinson, no way. Sean Tucker, no way they're getting 140 touches. I think we said that was a floor for Pacheco. So we're all really, really heavy on Isaiah Pacheco in these best ball. I'm at like 24% Pacheco. I am at like 12% Gibbs because I get number one pick a little bit more than average, and I take him I've never taken Bijan number one. Another reason to love Gibbs at 1 is that Bijan has a week 11 bye in best ball. That's by Mageddon. So do you really want to start your team? If there's a tiebreaker, let's say they're dead even, which they are pretty close to even. I prefer, Bijan, I can make the argument for in full PPR more. And half PPR, the touchdowns just go to Gibbs. It's just, he's been scoring them with David Montgomery on the team. Now David Montgomery's off the team. But the week 11 bye is a tiebreaker because there's 6 teams on bye that week. I think there's only 4 teams on bye week 6. Maybe it's 2. Not a lot of week 6 buys. So that alone gives you more roster flexibility having the week 6 bye to start your draft. Like if you look up, you take Bijan, you take a couple other players you like with week 11 buys, you take some Seahawks, right? Now you're passing on guys because they have week 11 bye, where you want to do that with Jahmyr Gibbs. You're never going to have a week 6 bye problem. All right. We need some running backs for sure. Got to be running back here for me. Has to. There goes Sadiq. Montana's on the clock. There goes Dylan Sampson. All right, man. You made your point. I see you. Fucking mouth. Come on, man. Can't do that to me. Unreal, dude. So we're taking Tyler Algier. That's our 4th running back. I don't like any of these dudes. So we're going to take Algier. And we're going to take Dalton Schultz. It's super gross. Fuck. I know what Mal's doing. I've given him some really bad grades recently. And he's like, well, if I take Rob's players, he's not going to give me a bad grade, which I probably won't because I love Hawkinson. I love Shaheed. I love Pacheco. God damn it. It's going to happen. I mean, I'm surprised he got that far anyway in this draft. I really need him in this draft because I only have Mark Andrews. That would have been a perfect play for this team. I don't have any Helen Hunt clips. You know what? I need to put a Helen Hunt clip in. Maybe something from Twister. I'll find something. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of funny ones, but I guess they're always funny when Helen Hunt's involved. All I used to have 2 pictures. I only have 100 images and clips I could have on here, so I had to keep. This is the all-time favorite Helen Hunt picture for me, so I had to keep this on there. Big Ray's in the chat. What up, Big Ray? There he is. You see Big Ray there. You see him in the chat. He's everywhere. Everywhere you want him to be. Speaking of Big Ray.
He had a meniscus issue, which what totally tanked Derrick Rose's career. He had a meniscus issue, which what totally tanked Derrick Rose's career.
What's up, Ray? Get raid. Get raid. Okay, our running back room is not great now. I waited way too long, which really, really, really sucks. It is Gibbs, Love, Chuba Hubbard, and Tyler Algier. I do have some nice floor there having Algier and Jeremiah Love for the early season stuff. The wide receiver room's awesome. Just not great in a sit and go to be having questionable running backs there for my 4 and 5. This is rough. I'm just going to queue a couple guys that could be on the field maybe. Who knows? Not a great team. Tough drafting next to these guys. Tough drafting next to these dudes. Hey, a Brandon Ayuk pick. Brandon Ayuk to the Bear Down. Bear Down takes Brandon Ayuk. Clearly, Bear Down has not been watching this program because you would not be taking Brandon Ayuk if you did. It is not good. It is not good for Brandon Ayuk. And like I said, he's an Instagram model now. It's all Brandon Ayuk wants to do is look what I can do.
Oh, cookies, absolutely not. You're going to get hyper. I am not hyper. Look what I can do. That suit is not holding at all. Look what I can do. 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 Look what I can do.
Yes, Brandon Ayuk needs a therapist, a doctor, a friend, an agent. I mean, you could say anything for Brandon Ayuk. He needs a lot of stuff. All right, so no, you take Braylon Allen? Jesus, mouth. Holy shit, way early. Man, this is getting rough. So let's take Greg Dulcich, I guess, and then my God. I guess we have to take a running back. We have no choice. We take Mike Washington. Fucking terrible pick in a sit and go. Oh, this running back room went from awesome to trash, dude. Trash. Hey, I did call it. I said that Derek would take Torrey Horton 2 rounds ahead of ADP. Derek with Torrey Horton 2 rounds ahead of ADP. There he is. All good, mouth. I can adjust, man. I got to be nicer to mouth in these draft grades, and he won't do that. See, if I wasn't so critical on some of those rough teams, you would have taken a third quarterback, and I could have had TJ Hawkinson. Damn it! You know what? I got to live in that now, right? I should have just let you keep on drafting 3 quarterbacks, and no, I don't. My question to you, Mouth, would you have taken Kenyon Sadiq over Hawkinson because he went 3 picks before you? You love Sadiq, so would you have taken Sadiq over Hawkinson? That's an honest question for you. I think we all can agree that Sadiq probably has better upside than Hawkinson. I don't think so, but I think most people would say that the rookie, with that draft capital, with his metrics and everything, he says yes. I figured he would. I would love to make a board bet with somebody, full PPR. Excuse me, Hawkinson versus Sadiq. I feel like that is just free money, dude. Everyone I've asked, now I know it's maybe they're not the biggest football fans. I asked I asked Hastings. Everyone I've asked this year that isn't like in tune with ADP, that's not like a guest on the show that hears me just talk about TJ Hawkinson every fucking night. I ask, where do you think he's going in terms of tight end ranks? And no one has said the highest, like the worst number someone said is tight end 15. But somehow he's going tight end 22. So that should give you a pulse of like, he's going so late. Big Ray's watching Saving Silverman. Hey-oh. Hell yeah, man. Pretty great Jack Black. You know I love Steve Zahn. I'm a huge Steve Zahn fan. And Amanda Peet, dude, Amanda Peet is fucking funny. Like, she is a underrated comedic actress. Really good in the Seinfeld episode she's in. Which episode is that she's in? Ray, which Seinfeld episode is Amanda Peet in? Oh, she's the one that has the boyfriend. It's just the one that Jerry takes to the Tonys. Amanda Peet's the one that has the boyfriend. And then she's in a show, the show about the baseball announcer, Brock, was it? Not Brockheimer. Brockmeyer. Brockheimer. That's like Oppenheimer, but with Brockmeyer. Dude, Amanda Peet's awesome in that show. So I love Amanda Peet, man. My wife hates her. I don't know why Erica hates Amanda Peet so much. She thinks she's ugly and thinks she's not funny. I think she's great. Beer bong for the lady? It's so great. He just like knocks off the fucking chip crumbs. I never finished Brockmeyer, Derek. The first season though is fucking awesome. I've watched like the first 3 seasons. There's the one episode in particular where he snorts all the fucking birth control stuff. He thinks it's drugs, you know. He's snorting birth control. So this has to be a wide receiver, and there is just nobody left. Mooney. Don't want Mooney. I need someone for late season stuff. Holy shit, this is rough. So rough, dude. And there goes Tyquan Thornton to Montana. Nice pick there, buddy. When she's going through the thing and he's like, this is an actual set list from Neil Diamond. He's like, it looks like a Xerox. All right. Let's get to draft grades here. I got to find this again. Completed. Let me refresh this page. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, great call, Shamrock. Great call.
Federico! ¿Cómo estás? Bene! Ciao, bello! ¿Cómo estás?
Oh, God. Don't you want to fuck every woman you see just once? Absolutely once. Ciao.
All right, draft grades, guys. Letter grades, A through F. Again, this is a sit and go. This is not a tournament. Stacking is not necessary. We have Jordan Love, Cam Ward, and CJ Stroud. This is my team picking at the 1 hole. We have a 3-5-7-3 build. Jameer Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, Chuba Hubbard, Tyler Algier, and Mike Washington. George Pickens, Jalen Waddle, J-Mo, Metcalf, Jaden Reed, Josh Downs, and Christian Kirk with Mark Andrews, Dalton Schultz, and Greg Dulcich. The wide receiver room is really good. I think DK is solid. I got really good value on Jaden Reed. Josh Downs is my 6. Pretty good wide receiver room. First 3 running backs I love, and then I wanted Dylan Sampson, didn't get him. I wanted Braylon Allen later, didn't get him. So I like the Algier pick because I have Jeremiah Love in a sit and go. I think that's a nice floor. Mike Washington is just nothing in a sit and go in my mind. So not a great pick there. Quarterback room leaves a lot to be desired. The build is really good. I think the build's really good. But other than that, I don't know. Well, it's not. It just seems like a fucking average-ass team. B minus, B. That makes a lot of sense. D minus for number 1. Woo! Coming in hot, brother. Coming hot. You know what? I don't think it's a D minus team, but yeah, I agree that the players were not. I was next to 3 snipers and just didn't go my way. Mouth squad here. We have Jalen Hurts and Patty Mahomes. We have Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, Kyle Monungai, Isaiah Pacheco, Braylon Allen. Very nicely built running back room there. Devonta Smith, Luther Burden, Quentin Johnson, Jaden Higgins, Rashid Shaheed, Travis Hunter, Trey Harris, Calvin Ridley, Keyshawn Boutte with Loveland and Hawkinson. This is a nice team, man. The 9 receivers were essential with Luther Burden as your 2, which I don't love. Quentin Johnson is your 3. Jaden Higgins, like this is a really good build. This is an A- to a B+ team, Mouth. This build is awesome. Quarterbacks are just enough. Running backs are really good. I don't love Breece Hall where you took him personally, but Monungai's a good 3. Pacheco, Braylon Allen. It might be a little thin at running back, but 9 receivers. Yeah, the depth is not great at wide receiver, but you have 9. It's a good team. We'll go B+ for this squad. Solid B, B+ from Hetzer. Solid B from Derek. Pretty good team. Derek's squad, the American sniper, Chris Kyle. He has Caleb Williams, Jared Goff at quarterback, Judkins, Bucky, Jalen Warren, JCM, and Nick Singleton. Chase, Collins, Pierce, Pearsall, McMillan, Tesla, Mitchell, Horton, and Tolbert with Trey McBride and Hunter Henry. Tight end room's good because you have Trey McBride. We have a solid quarterback room. Nice value there on Jared Goff. I was hoping I'd get Jared Goff. I love the running back room. The top 3, I don't like. JCM's fine, I guess. Singleton, similar to my running back room. It's a little thin there at the end. Chase, Nico, Pierce, Pearsall. This is a Trey McBride team. You see the issue there at wide receiver. You took 9, right? This is a little worse than Mouse team. This is a B- for Derek. B to B-. Not my favorite team for you, Derek. It's solid. It's very balanced. I just don't love the back end running backs at all. And the high end running backs just aren't, you don't have Gibbs. You don't have Jeremiah. You don't have like studs there up top. They're good. They're very good. You have a couple 2s. And then with Warren, who's fine as a 3, I wanted a Isaiah Pacheco. Would have been a great 5 for you here. Somebody else that can give you some weekly value. And the receiver room's fine. Again, Pearson is sit and go. There's some issues there as your 3 just because he might not be available. But you did fill it out properly. The build's fine. I'm going to give you a B- to a B. It's a solid team. Not your best work, though. Derek has, again, we're grading Derek on a rotating scale. I expect more. Montana squad, we have Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford, Fernando Mendoza, ETN, David Montgomery, Blake Corum, Marks, and Dylan Sampson. Now, this running back room I can get behind, baby. This is a great running. This is an A+ for running back room. The value you put in, just enough with 5. They're all relevant. Fucking love this running back room. And I like the quarterback room as well. I think you could have gone without Mendoza. I think you just go Joe Burrow and Matt Stafford is my first take. We'll see what the wide receiver room looks like. Puka, Adams, Lemon, Dubs, Coker, Trey Tucker, Bernard, and Tyquan Thorne with Brock Bowers and Pat Freiermuth. So the tight end room's great. I think that this needed another receiver. Mendoza isn't going to help you early in the year. I get that you have, one quarterback that's injury prone, Joe Burrow, another quarterback that's almost 40 years old. Mekhi Lemon as a 3. I want more. I want him to be your 4. Or at the very least, I want another player there between Jeremy Bernard and Trey Tucker. That's really what I want, is another player. Give me Calvin Ridley on this team. Give me Jerry Jeudy on this team. Give me a veteran that can give me some early season stuff, because you have players like Mekhi Lemon, right, that we don't know how that's going to go early on. So I would have said B+ if you didn't take Mendoza. Mendoza makes it a B. Still a really good team. I just don't know, like, even when Mendoza plays outside of bye weeks, how many times is he making your lineup? And if he does make your lineup, yeah, he scores 24, but I bet you Stafford or Burrow score 22. Not enough there. You need some more wide receivers. Solid B, though. Good team, Montana. Next team up, we have Connor squad. Josh Allen and Bryce Young, well built there. Josh Jacobs, RJ Harvey, Rashad White, Jordan Mason, Zach Charbonnet, and Sean Tucker. We'll see if the Sean Tucker pick was too much. He was right on the border, right, with Charbonnet especially, right on the border. CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, Khalil Shakir, Wicks, Tank Dell, Keon Coleman with Tyler Warren, Isaiah Likely. This is another good team. That's why my team didn't look very good, guys, because you guys are making some bangers here. When I say it's a B is a good grade. Like, it means that you hit I like the players and the builds. The builds are good. You cannot get a B just because you have good players. The build has to make sense. The equity you're putting in each position has to make sense. And this is a sit and go, different than a tournament. So this is a good team too. B to B+, man. I really dig this wide receiver room with Worthy, Shakir. That's a nice combo there. Wicks, Tank Dell, Keon Coleman. The top 2 guys are super studs, and then I like Harrison. So The running back room should piecemeal it together. Jordan Mason was a huge pick here for you because you have pass catchers there in Harvey and Waite, which would be nice floor guys, but Mason's a touchdown scorer. And there's a world that Jordan Mason just takes the starting job, and this offense is top 10. Jordan Mason scores 10 touchdowns this year. I'm really warming on Jordan Mason. I'm tossing this one a B+, dude. Almost made A-. You got Josh Allen and you have Tyler Warren. I'm going to go B+ because I think there's issues at RB2, even though you filled it out there later on. And then the end of the receiver stuff, I don't love Wicks, Dell, and Coleman. Like that stretch, I wanted one more there or just a little bit more draft capital. I don't know what you could have sacrificed. There's nothing really you did wrong. It was a tough room. So, yeah, this is a good team. Connor, I'm going B+ in the squad, man. It's right up there with Mouse team. Now we have Shamrock squad. Shamrock usually this is just for Patreon and community members. I'm going to give you a grade on this one for tonight if you do another one as well. Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, and Tua. I think Lamar and Baker would have been enough, but Tua gives you some early season stuff. I don't hate it. Genty, Hampton, Pollard, Spears, Brian Robinson, pretty balanced there. Having both Tennessee guys is really nice. Unless Nick Singleton becomes a factor, that's super good. I love that in a sit and go. Ibuka, T. Higgins, Romadunze, Cortland Sutton is your 4, Diggs, Jennings, and Surratt with Fannin, Kincaid, and Cade Otton. So this probably should have been a 2-quarterback team. I think Lamar and Baker's enough. You needed one more at wide receiver. When I get past Stephon Diggs, you have 7. This needs to be 8 receivers. This needs to be anyone. Tyquan Thornton, Keon Coleman. Just give me a guy that has a chance to pop off, that plays in a good offense. Somebody else, because I do like Diggs as a 5 when he lands somewhere. He's probably going to go to Washington now, guys. Jahan Dotson, McAuliffe's guy. So this is a B. B to B-. Because I like this team. I like the quarterback room's elite. I do like what you did with running back room. Some nice floor there with Pollard and Spears. 2 studs up top. Good value on T. Higgins. Good value on Romadunze. Good value on Cortland Sutton. I love that 2, 3, 4 you have there, and Diggs should be fine when he lands on the Commanders, hopefully. Jennings is good too. Surratt's a question because he's a rookie. I just want one more receiver. So I think the Tua thing, I would have give this a B to B+. It's a B to B- now because of the Tua thing. I just don't think Tua's doing much for this team. If Lamar gets hurt, yeah, I get why you take Tua, but your team's fucked anyway. If Lamar gets hurt, you're not doing much in this team. So it's still a good team. These are all really good teams. I think I still like Shamrock's team better than mine. I'll say that. C+ to B- from Derek. Too many onesies. I agree. All right, we're going to hop in one more draft, boys. We are going to hop in one more draft. And this one right here, 12-person, $3, same one. We already have 5 people in here. We have 7 spots, guys. 7 spots available. Hop on in. Mouth and Connor. I'm going to give a 2-way tie to Mouth and Connor for winning this draft. I think that Mouth's team was safer, higher floor, which is a sit and go, which I do like. I think Connor has more upside. But those are the top 2 teams for sure. And then I think, dude, honestly, I think I had probably the worst team. I can admit when I didn't have a good team. Not a great team for me. I think it was still in the C+ to B- range. I think all the bad teams were like B-, and there was a couple teams that were like solid Bs. So there were 6 of us. It was like 2 really good teams, 2 pretty good teams, and then I'm definitely on the bottom with there was a couple other teams that were similar to mine. That being said, I'm not saying my team has no shot or whoever else didn't have a great team. Like, we all have a shot to win that because there was no, like, terrible squads. I mean, it was just my running back room was questionable for sure. I think it's the first one. Let me check. It's the one. Just look at the one that has 6 out of 12 full. I think it's the first one. Yes. First one. It is the first one. 6 out of 12 full. Derek did say Connor won the draft, so I think it's really close. Really, really close. But really good draft by everyone. It was a sharp room, man. I was just noticing, especially when you're on the edge, that the first pick or even the 12th pick, but specifically all the way where I was at the far left, and I had 3 of you guys next to me, and like just guys, not even the snipes right next to me, but just like nobody fell. Typically, nobody. And if they did, you guys scooped them up before me. So there was just I had no value at all. Oh, Connor, it already loaded. You can, yeah, hopefully set your queue and like just go back and forth, man. If you got a laptop, have it pulled up. Have it pulled up on your laptop and draft too. It's not that hard. Every year I have like a turnover. You know, I do now I'm doing about 40 redrafts, but even when I did 24 redrafts, I like to push them as far as I can towards the season. And I've had to do 2 at one time. Like there's crossover where I have like the last 5 rounds of a draft in the start of another draft. And that's tougher because these are best ball. These are $3 drafts typically, whatever. But like when you're talking about $250 or $500 leagues, it's a lot more stressful having to fucking draft 2 redraft teams, because what sucks about it is you want to be able to look at the board, right, and understand what teams are going to do, predict what they're going to do, understand what will be available coming back based on, quarterback. If a guy has a quarterback, he's less likely to take another one, stuff like that. Derek, can't just keep on refreshing your app, Derek. Connor can't get in this one either. I can back out. See if there's a $5 drafts. So Shamrock, how many people are wanting to do this draft? Because I can back out and we can get another one. So let's do that. I'm going to back out. So back out of this one, guys. Whoever was in this one with me. Let's back out. Let's go down to $5 draft. $10, no, it's not full enough. 5 isn't full. I see this one still. I'm going to try rejoining this one, guys. And let's see if you guys can get in. Or I could try the other one. What's the other one? Let's see. The other one has... Okay, the other one has 3 people in it. Let's join that one. The other one has 3 people in it. I'm going to join that one. The $3 sit and go. Oh, now it says 11 more to start. So that, okay, I guess we'll just do this one. It's going to be hard to fill up, but now it says 9 more to start. I'll get it pulled up on my page here. I do have a lot of slow drafts to pick. Do that another time. Connor's in. Mouth, are you in? Who else is in here? Let's try to fill this fucker up. Connor, do you consider yourself, like, you said you live in Illinois. I looked on the map where you're at. You're all the way down by St. Louis. So do you consider yourself an Illinois guy? Because, like, Southern Illinois is a whole different world than where I'm at, You're so far down there. You're almost in Missouri, right? So you're not, but you're actually in Illinois, though, right? Your mailing address is Illinois. So you consider yourself a St. Louis person. I do like Southern Illinois, though. A little hotter than it is here, but a little slower pace down there, man. I do enjoy it. I've had some good times down at SIU in Carbondale. I had a buddy growing up that had a cabin down there. Had a couple awesome weekends down there. Not a big fan of St. Louis personally. There's some nice spots for sure. I prefer Milwaukee if I was going to go to those like second cities, you know. Dude, the scenery is just so much better. Like up here is the most boring fucking scenery ever. Like anything up in northern Illinois and you go east and west, right? You get over to Iowa and you go through Indiana. Shit is just boring, bro. Oh hell yeah, Connor! Whenever you come up here, man, I'm right by the train station. I'm pretty far from Chicago, about I don't know 40 miles, but yeah, we're all of the almost the whole crew here is in the Chicagoland area. They're all from the Chicagoland area because they're all people I know. 8 more to start. Oh, hell yeah. How is their women's program, Derek? I know they've had a decent basketball program, men's program for a while. At least they've had a few years of prominence from, considering the kind of school it is. Oh, no shit, man. I am about 20 minutes from Naperville, so really close. Joliet's about an hour from me. We still have 8 more to start, guys. 8 more to start. We need people. The $3 sit and go. The top one. There's 2 usually. The $3 sit and go. Hop in, join, draft. $14 points a game. That's like 30 a game in the men's circuit, dude. Aren't the scores like 38 to 34? Yeah, for SIU. Connor's probably seen her play, man. Connor's probably banged her. Maybe. I don't know. How old are you, Connor? Are you our age? Well, when I say our age, like all the co-hosts and myself, we're all between like 35 and 43. That's our target demo. You might be younger. If you're younger, then you definitely have a chance with this chick. Oh, Connor's a young buck, 25. He gets to fuck without dick pills, man. It's a great world to live in, Connor. Not saying anything about myself. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Quote of the fucking century. Quote of the fucking century.
You gotta throw out a big net to catch the fish that she was banging. Oh, party!
Is that the busboy from the Korean restaurant?
Yeah, she banged him.
All right, 8 more to start. It is not filling up. Let's give it a couple more minutes. Hopefully it fills up. Shamrock, are you still in here? Do you want to draft? Who else can draft? Hetzer's just watching. Jay, you can draft if you want. It's a slow night on the Fanatics Network, so not many options here. Connor says Cougars actually. Oh, are you talking about Cougars that you're sleeping with or Cougars the team? Okay, so hey, let's back out of this one, guys. Apparently the Sprints has 6 people in there. So let's go to the Sprint season. I'm backing out of this draft. Backing out. Go to the Sprint season. I got to do it here. There we go. We're entering the Sprint season. Sprint season, $3, 12-team sit and go. I am entering this one. There we go. All right. 5 more to start. Sprint season, though. $3, 12-team, sit and go. 12 people. 12-team, $3, sit and go. It's under sprint season, though. 2 more to start. We're filling it up, boys. We're filling it up. When you go to your drop-down, Connor, it says slates. So right below the tournaments, either way, it says slates. You got to go from 2026 season to sprint season. There's like super flex, eliminator, weekly winner season, super flex, marathon. You got to go to sprint season, and then you will see it. It'll change the drop down for you. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything we're doing. It's just the sprint season. Typically what a sprint is it just goes all the way. In a tournament, you do the top 14 weeks, and then it's not week by week playoffs. It's 15 through 15, 16, 17, all in one group. But that doesn't affect the sit and go at all. It's just a different drop down, a different category. But it doesn't change what we're doing in terms of how you draft. Did you find it, Connor? He's in. Yeah, nothing changes. I don't know. That's the weird thing is like when you find one in Superflex season, it's not a Superflex draft. So it's all the same. All sit and goes are the same. 2 more to start, guys. 2 more to start. Hopefully that fills up. Shamrock, I don't think Shamrock's still watching. If he was watching, he'd probably be in. But we need to get Shamrock in the community. You know, I'll pepper him with comments. I know Shamrock, when I watched Nice and Blunt, and then maybe it was a Fantasy Football Garage. I've seen him in those as well. He definitely consumes a lot of fantasy football stuff. And Nice and Blunt's awesome. He's a good dude. Really great program he has over there. We just have way more fun around here. And what they don't have, I'm sure he has a nice little community. It's quite a bit of the same people. The camaraderie we have here is just a little tighter than most programs. Probably because it's less people. So everyone kind of knows everyone, it's like a small town. And I kind of like it like that. Not forever though. We need to expand, but we find good people we like. We want to get them in and keep them because that's how we build. I'd rather have 3 lifers and people that I truly dig than 10 randoms. You know, those people are generally going to leave and not stick around for a while in general, like that aren't really tuning in that much. Like I want people that join to actually be involved in what we're doing. The Discord, the fantasy leagues we're doing. Connor, by the way, is in all of them. Connor's in all of them. He's going to be in the best ball. I think you're in all of them, right, Connor? Best ball and then both redrafts. So a tight community that loves tight ends. Dude, we love tight ends.
Guys, I've got news. I've got terrible news.
So this is exactly what I wanted a vacation from.
There are 2 guys in this church that are gay.
Who's the other guy?
I don't get the joke.
Yeah, he's never gonna understand.
What's wrong with that?
I get the joke. We get the joke. 1 more to start. I have to go grab another beer. I'm just going to do a beer chug just to do it because I fucking love chugging beer. So I'm going to put a clip in here. Connor, I'm digging it, man. So Connor's in 9 leagues as of now. Is that too many? Now, I'm a different breed of human, and I'm a weirdo, and I'm a degen, and I think you kind of are as well, Connor. I did 36 leagues last year. I'm upping it for sure. I don't know if it's going to be 38, 39. I got to see how they schedule out based on the streams, the content, and my day-to-day life because I don't want overlapping. I hate doing 2 at once. I also don't like doing drafts April 5th or August 15th. I want them all to be August 19th through I'll do a draft. My favorite draft to do, guys. Hey-o. Thanks, Derek. I got to get the something to chug it, something to chug. But my favorite draft, I do a draft every year, a Fantrax Public. It's so that the season starts usually on a Thursday. So this year it's on a Wednesday. I do a draft at 4 p.m. Central on the day of the season. It's fucking awesome, dude. Like it's the safest draft ever. Your players are never going to get hurt. It's as close to the season as you can get. It gets done at like 5:30. The season starts at 7. Fucking love it. But I like to do all my drafts in that 2.5 week stretch. Usually I like to do the 2 week stretch, but now we're doing 40 almost. Like I'm going to have to push a couple to the week before, right? The August 17th. It's a little early. It's right. My thing is once week 3 of the preseason's done, yes, your guys can still get hurt. But typically, they're not playing. Anyone that's relevant is not playing a snap in week 4 preseason. So at least you have that going. To do a draft before week 3 of preseason, that is the week that most of the teams are playing, giving reps to their starters, quarterbacks included. Nah, dude. And like that's the thing is, it's not just about if you draft Puka, right? It's not just about Puka getting hurt. Puka probably won't play in preseason. Maybe it's not a good example because Matt Stafford won't either. But let's call it the Broncos, and you want to draft Jalen Waddle. Yes, Jalen Waddle could get hurt, but the problem is if Bo Nix gets hurt, then that's going to affect Jalen Waddle. So we don't like drafting before week 3 of the preseason. That is the cutoff for me. Hell yeah. Well, Connor, this is the best practice, man. And there's obviously a chance to win. The tournament's big money. Good chance to win money. But it's the practice, right? It's the reps. It's just like if you're going to take a test, and these redrafts are important tests, especially our big ones, our home leagues, the ones with the most money. We want to go as prepared as we can. And we can have our notes and prep. You know what the best prep is? On-the-job training. And these best ball drafts are not a one-to-one correlation or comparison because it's different format. You're building different builds, and you don't have to start a lineup. But it's about the ADP game. It's about trends. It's about understanding how to build said lineup. It's going to translate very, very nicely to your redrafts. That's my experience personally. Yeah, dude, the CMC news came out after Thursday night's game. 100%. I have a really, really great story. I'm going to tell you guys this. This is a fucking hilarious story. So it involves Andrew Luck's retirement, which was week 3 of the preseason. It was at halftime. It was right after the game. So we were doing one of my oldest leagues. We do it's Big Ray's league actually, and we do an offline draft. We have a party every year. We do a draft board and everything, and it takes like 6 hours, bro. We're all partying, getting drunk. Like literally, the draft is the fastest one we've ever done is 5 hours. We've had one that lasted almost 7 hours. That was partially because Ray hit a mailbox on the way, and like destroyed like a really nice mailbox in like $1 million home neighborhood. That cost us some time. So anyways, we're doing the draft. My buddy Brian takes Andrew Luck in like the 6th or 7th round because it's a 6 for a passing touchdown league with bonuses for passing yards. It's only half PPR, so quarterbacks go a little higher. Takes Andrew Luck at, we'll call it like 6 p.m. Central. We're watching that game. We're specifically watching the game. Andrew Luck's on the sideline in street clothes because he wasn't playing. He was supposed to be ready for week 1. And then the game gets over. We're into like the 12th round now. So only like 5 rounds had passed. And then breaking news, Andrew Luck's retired. He just took Andrew Luck like 2 hours earlier. And he had time to pivot and take somebody else. It was just like, holy shit, man. Like, that's why we got to draft as late as possible. So I don't have that option. In my home leagues, I push those off to the last couple days because those are leagues I commission. They're big money leagues. But if you're playing 2 or 3 leagues, guys, try to make those drafts as late, Labor Day weekend. Make them as late as possible because no one likes drafting a team. And, if you draft Jeremiah Love and God forbid he gets hurt, it's like now you're just playing with not a full deck, right? And like it's just not fair. I want to have it as fair as possible because we're going to have so many injuries during the season. The last thing you want to have is your player get injured before you even step on the field for you on your team. And that's a thing that's happened. So thoughts on a league drafting during the first game of the season? My draft starts at 6:30 every year since 92. Is it because now the season's starting on Wednesday now, McAuliffe? You should just move it to Tuesday. I don't hate it. No one should draft a player. So I've seen these drafts where it's like you draft after the season starts, right? Like the day after. And then people reach on a guy. So Javonte Williams last year played in the opener. Had 2 touchdowns. Now, I was super high on Javonte anyway. Let's say someone wasn't. And you get those points in your lineup, if you draft him and you start him, some people would draft Javonte Williams in the 6th round instead of the 10th round because they're like, okay, well, he looked good and he has 2 touchdowns week 1. It helps my week 1 matchup. I'm going to roll with that. That's the problem with that is that you might have some people in general, drafting guys to win week 1, if you're going to get those points, you know, pretty much put into your lineup. But I'm fine with it, man. I just don't know why you wouldn't do it the day before. I'm going to play a clip real quick. We have one more to start. And I'm going to play a clip and get a drink. 40 seconds.
Oh, hey. You must be Mr. Lefebvre?
Yeah, that's me.
Surprise! I'm all yours. I was told it'd just be one, but I can take both of you. Might get a little sore, but I'll manage.
Okay, well, I'm out of here. Wait, what? Hey, where you going? Lefebvre's into banging little Asian boys, so we're done, right?
Look, if we're gonna do this thing, we need to see things through.
Dennis, are you gonna have sex with a tiny Asian boy?
I'm gonna see how far I can go. Are you with me?
No, I'm going to leave now.
Let's kick things up a notch.
So, only the ones to the clubs?
Yeah, you're a caddy. Clubs. This is a golf. Good.
Oh, it still didn't load. One more to start. It's all good. Gives me a chance to talk to the peeps, you know. Love hanging out with my boys, talking ball, talking life. Appreciate everybody in here hanging out with me, being in the community, supporting me. You know, I say it a lot, but you know what? I think it's much deserved to say. Let me fill this one up here. I think sometimes I do say things like that too much, just in life in general. I'm also one that is, you know, all apologies aren't created equal. And like, sometimes it's like if an apology is not genuine, you don't even want an apology. It's like a slap in your face. Like, you know, they don't mean it. I am one that is definitely willing to admit I'm wrong. And, you know, fantasy, real life, I tend to over apologize. That's better than under apologizing, because those fuckers that don't apologize for anything don't like that shit, man. You got to own up to shit that you do, things you say. That's life. Here we go. That's for Derek. I put a goal, just a $5 goal for the last beer chug, and Derek throws 10. Derek, you're the GOAT. We have, Connor says, fun facts. I live in the town that has the world's tallest man was born. Yeah, that was way back in the day, right? The picture was like black and white I've seen. And then the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman style, runs through my city. Well, hell yeah. You know, we were the gateway. Well, I know they say, so St. Louis is the gateway to the West, right? Because back in the day, like that was St. Louis, like we were kind of the West way back. Because I think Arizona was a state in like, what year was it? Like 1940. Illinois, and specifically, that was the start of the North, essentially, was where we're at, where you're at in particular. So good call there. All right, we got to start here. I have the 5th pick. I'm next to fucking Derek again. Cool. Next to Montana again. Next to Connor. So I'm smacked in the middle. And Montana, mouth is just all the way over there by himself. So this is the second time in a row I've been smack dab. Same with you, Derek. Same with you, Montana. So I've just been in the middle of you two, making a Montana sandwich. Robert Wald. I remember that name. Waldlow. 9 feet tall. He probably died at like 30, right? Like those freaks. I don't want to say freaks, but like those people that are just freakishly big or whatever. I'm not saying that in a derogatory term. Like they don't live very long, man. They don't. I hope Shaq lives a long time. I love Shaq. What a dude Shaq is. And he is one of those like freakishly tall, big human beings. So like you wouldn't, it's the same as dogs, right? Big dogs don't live very long. I have a Bernese Mountain Dog and they don't. You can see the picture, by the way. Check it out. I add this picture. I'll show it to you in a second. He's not a purebred. He's a golden / Bernese Mountain Dog. They lived, their expectancy is like 7 to 9 years. We're like Goldens, who just are a little smaller. They're like 10 to 12 years. So one problem with having a really big dog is you're just not going to get a lot of life out of it. The small dogs live to like 15. I think it correlates the same with people. Damn, 25, bro. It's wild. All right. I'm going to show you guys the picture. I think it's a really awesome picture, dude. You guys can see that. That's my buddy. It's from Temu, dude. It was like my wife bought him. So he got all three. Oh, the dog that passed away, Farley, he was a golden, and our current dog is just kind of a mutt. She's like 1.5, but she got these pictures. Really, really awesome pictures, man. And check it out for sure. I can have her send you guys a link in the Discord if you have dogs. It's super colorful. It really captures like their personality. Just not the picture always does, but like it spruces up the picture a little bit. And they're really cheap. So if you're a dog lover, I'm guessing a lot of you guys are, because who the hell wouldn't be a dog lover? Get that done. It was like $5 or something, and it's a small little canvas thing. Really like them. So we got all three of them. And I want to start a dog wall. You know, I told her to get 2 of those because I want to keep this one up here, but start a little dog wall just to honor our fallen furry buddies. You know, because that's what they are. Dogs will never really disappoint you. You know, as much as, you know, a lot of people love kids. I love kids as well. I don't have any of my own, but kids, I mean, not saying all kids, but like there's a chance your kid ends up being a shitbag. And whether that's because, you know, you're a bad parent or where you grew up, or they just have something wrong with their brain. Like there's a lot of ways that humans can be shitbags. Like dogs can't, you know. I know there's the pit bull thing. The pit bulls kill like a lot of people, and that's a breed thing. And also there's a lot of other things involved. But generally, man, like 99.999% of dogs are fucking awesome. Even the ones that do bad things, like there's reasons for them based on someone triggering them, or maybe there's something that happened when they were a puppy. But like they are just so pure, just like children, right? Dogs are essentially have the soul of a child. They just never grow out of that. So they're just, you know, they wagging their tail when they see you. It's so easy to make a dog happy, which I love, you know. Derek has 2 pits. You know what? Pits, I think the upside of a pit bull is probably one of the highest. They're like Travion Henderson. Like their upside is so high because they're the most loyal motherfuckers ever. And they're the only reason most of their danger is because if a pit bull fucking snaps, like they're so powerful. We're like, yeah, golden can fuck you up. They're fucking 80 pounds, 90 pounds, but they're just not, they don't have that in their DNA for one, and for two, they're just not, their jaw's not strong enough. They're not strong enough. A pit bull is like, you guys remember the clip of Mark Ingram getting tackled? He's wearing like the suit, like the dog suit. And this is Mark Ingram like a year after he retired. Maybe he was still in the NFL. Mark Ingram, who's 5'10", 220. Running back. Awesome contact balance. Running. 70-pound pit bull behind him. Takes him down and like whips him just with his mouth. Like that's the kind of shit that is unreal. But are they the best dogs? Derek, have you had a lot of other breeds of dogs? Or, you know, a lot of people swear by whatever breed they love. We're golden retriever people. After our dog passed the way he passed, we had to wait. Erica did not want to have another one just for like almost like the memory and like seeing it again. So we're going to eventually have another golden for sure. Moki is a half golden, half mountain dog. And then the other one is like a shepherd lab mix. Really cute colors. Millie, you'll see her. She'll come in here. Listens very good. But have you always been a pit bull person? Because I know all the people I talk to that have them, they swear by them. They're the best dogs ever, and I've had some good experiences with them. Very sweet, very loyal. I think you would just hear about the 1%, right? And unfortunately, the 1% is the ones that involved in half of the major crazy things you hear. Also, I have a buddy who's like super like into dog breeding, and he has like 3 dogs at all time. He always rescues them. He always does a DNA test on all of his dogs. He said like almost every dog has pit in them because they breed them so much, and they just like it's mixed in. Do 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 do. Yeah, isn't a boxer essentially like a starter dog version of a pit bull? Kind of look a little similar. Muscular, strong, short hair. I mean, for me, man, I love all dogs. Like the small dogs, I can kind of take or leave. Like I had a Bichon. Is it Bichon? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Bichon. So Bichon Robinson, Bichon phrase, whatever. Growing up, they're kind of like a little poodle. they're fine. They're nice and cuddly, but they're little shits that just bark. And there's something about a bigger dog is just they're just, I'm not saying they're more human, but they're just not as annoying. I don't know. It's just different when you have a big dog. Maybe when I had my own dog too. Maybe if I had a small dog, just never do it for me. American Bully and a boxer. American Bulldogs are fucking sweethearts, dude. They'll slobber on you and shit, and they will put their weight into you on accident. They don't realize how big they are. But fucking sweethearts, man. My buddy Mikey, their family had one growing up, and it's just such a cool fucking dog. McCall, my personal experience is where my sister's dog wasn't trained and became too overprotective. Never the dog's fault. It's always the person raising. Yeah, typically 100%, man. And you can say the same thing with bad kids, right? A lot of it is it's nature versus nurture. In the case of dogs, I typically would say it's mostly nurture, where I think there's a lot of stuff in the I don't know, you go into the chemistry of the brain and all the stuff we know about mental health. There's some, wires being crossed wrong in those things with people. But I'm always a nurture over nature person. We talk about like bad things, bad people, bad stuff. That typically it's upbringing. There's triggers or stuff like that. Again, I am not a psychologist, any of those things, but I love having random, deep conversations about whatever. It doesn't have to always be football around here, guys. So appreciate the topic in general, and just I love dogs, dude. I mean, there's a reason that, therapy dogs are such a big thing now, specifically for like veterans. Huge for veterans, just to have that calming influence that a dog has. Even petting a dog is just fucking proven to just calm you down. I don't know what it is. It's some deep stuff, man. There's a reason that dogs are even here. We bred them. We created them to, I gotta take Breece Hall here. Gross, bro. Gross. Fucking hate this. Originally dogs were essentially bred and we adopted them essentially into the pack because they protected us. They alerted us of dangers, stuff like that. They're actually clean in a way. They clean up your messes. But just think of like the trajectory of dogs, and now they're just in like every home for good reason, man. You know what I love, though, about dog people is it's similar to people's kids, and it's actually right because there's something special, the bond that you have with your specific dog, or in this case, a specific breed, because it's just what, because they're all great. And if you get a breed, you're going to love that breed. You're going to love that dog typically. But everyone's dog is the best, right? Everyone's kid is the best. When that's the thing is I will agree. I think everyone's dog is the best of them. The kid thing where everyone's like, yeah, my kid's the best. And you meet the kid and the kid's an idiot. And kind of rude. I'm like, nah, dude. I'm sorry. I'm getting too weird here. Nah, man, your kid's not the best. He's not special. He's not smart. He's kind of a spoiled brat, and he's ugly. Dogs can't be ugly.
Yeah, Dad. You need some of this.
This is cum.
My bad. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot, but I don't care. Running backs are gone. Are the quarterbacks? What's going on here? There goes Josh Allen. This guy takes Neighbors and Josh Allen in a sit and go. The Josh Allen pick's fine. Neighbors at the end of the third round in a sit and go. No, thank you, dude. You might miss out on 4 weeks. Love Neighbors in a tournament. I like him more at the 405, but I would not personally do that. By the way, I did title the thumbnail here Best Ball University. We are teaching Best Ball University here, guys. Oh, Connor's up. He takes David Montgomery. Okay. Fair pick. Definitely a fair pick. Cam Scatterbo's gone now. So let's just start taking players I love. We're going to take Terry McLaurin. I really wanted Scatterbo, particularly, or Montgomery. I have 2 running backs. It's fine. These have not been great teams today. First one was really good. I did with Mouth. That was a pretty good team. Oh, 100% Santonio. In these, though, so in redraft, I agree because you can replace it. In these, this is a sit and go. This is just total points for the whole year. That's the problem. In a tournament, when you're just trying to make the playoffs, right? 2 out of 12 make it, and then it's all about the individual weeks, 15, 16, 17. Love Neighbors. Redraft, I love Neighbors too, because in the 4th round, I can replace him very easily with Josh Downs and get 70% of his value. Excuse me. And then you get Malik Neighbors, a wide receiver 1, once he's up to full strength, essentially. You're not making up these points in this league, right? Like you can, but I don't like him in a sit and go, man. Like, no, thank you. Not there. I would take him where I would probably take him where David Montgomery went. I'm comfortable at like 42, 43 in this format, taking the risk because he will make up for his early season zeros or whatever the hell it is with weeks 6 through 17. But when you take him as your first receiver, passing up on Garrett Wilson, Ted McMillan, like he's definitely not outscoring those guys. And you pair him, and now you just have to move every receiver up for those first 3 or 4 weeks. Again, this is all speculation. I think there's a chance. I'm kind of on my own here, I think, in this channel, that I think Malik Neighbors could play week 1. I don't think it's likely. I put it at a 25% chance he's on the field week 1. Now, that's not going to be great production. We got Sweets. It's got some really good value here in JMO falling. Yeah, this is Underdog. So, yeah, this is just a 1 league situation. But like you're saying, in redraft, I'm trying to think. Do I like him more in a tournament and Underdog or redraft like a PPR league? I see the upside in both because you're way more likely. If you could just squeak into the playoffs and you get a Malik Neighbors and he'd be fully healthy by that point, we think, you have a huge leg up in the competition. Because that just gives you a free wide receiver 1. You're drafting him at wide receiver 17. But in terms of a redraft, I'll phrase it like this. The deeper league, if you're in a 14-team league, you can't really touch Malik Neighbors. The replacement level players are just not going to be good enough. If you're in a 10-team league, I am going to take Neighbors earlier than ADP because I can replace him with fucking like DK Metcalf or, Jordan Tyson or Brian Thomas possibly. That I'm not worried about. I just want to take the best possible player. A standard 12-team PPR league with 3 receivers and a flex. I'm on board, man. I want to play to win. And if I want to take some safe players to start my draft, right? If I get a St. Brown, if I start off St. Brown and Saquon Barkley, in the 3rd round, I come around and I get Zay Flowers. Like, I am totally cool with taking a guy like Malik Neighbors. That's bullish, bro. But you know what? Plant your flag, man. I'm not quite there with Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart's a better fantasy quarterback than real-life quarterback. That being said, Jackson Dart's way better than what he's had. And I think the upside of Jackson Dart is, he's what you want from a quarterback. The PPR scam won't really be there as much with Neighbors with Jackson Dart because Jackson Dart's going to pull the ball down and run 75 times a year and maybe take some touchdowns away from him in the red zone. But Jackson Dart's an extremely aggressive passer. He extends plays. That's where Malik Neighbors is really dangerous. If you extend a play and you have to guard Malik Neighbors for over 4 seconds, like you're just not doing it. Even if you're double teaming him, you just can't cover the guy because he can beat you at all 3 levels. He has a really, really big catch radius for his size. And after the catch, Malik Neighbors is awesome. I just want him to get out of New York. Not because the Giants, but the field. MetLife is a fucking mess, man. These guys are all just getting destroyed in MetLife. Ooh, all right. We got some options here. 2 great options. Take Drake May. Yeah, he takes Marvin Harrison. Come on. Nice pick. We'll take Drake May. Whatever. Now all the quarterbacks will go. I expect Caleb, Jalen Hurts, and Dak Prescott. At least Caleb and Jalen Hurts to go. I feel like I got decent value on Drake May there. The funniest thing about MetLife is, like, it's New York. I know it's not actually New York, it's New Jersey, but it's the Giants and the Jets. They have 2 teams sharing this field, and they don't want to cover the cost. Like it's like half the cost because you have 2 franchises pitching in to fix this field, and they won't do it. Just fix it. Like the data and everything is fact. MetLife is the worst track in the NFL. It's sloppy. It's dangerous. Like, fix your field. You're also like paying all these players so much money. Protect your investments, you know, because you got to play 8 games there. Sometimes 9 games now because it's a 17-game schedule. Like, protect your investments, Giants and Jets. But you know what? Those franchises are idiots. They're terrible. They're bad franchises. Bad franchises make bad moves. And them keeping this stupid field. When someone told me earlier in the chat a couple weeks ago, they redid the field. They did a separate field for the soccer games because FIFA was like, we're not playing on this field. So they did it there. Why can't the Jets do it? I think so, Jay. And if you remember, man, I'm obviously I took him in our Dynasty startup that we did, the Community League. I'm very high on Kenneth Walker this year. But in this, in full PPR, I want Kenneth Walker over Derrick Henry, right? Probably, I almost want Kenneth Walker over James Cook, honestly. I'm that high on him. In half PPR, I want Derrick Henry over Kenneth Walker. So I'm not getting as much as Kenneth Walker. I started off with a lot of Kenneth Walker. I am up here. Shit, bro. This is not great. I guess I'm just going to take Tony Pollard. I hate this pick. I don't like this team. I don't like this team. DK Metcalf goes right before me. Thank you, Derek, American Sniper Chris Kyle, for that pick. God damn you. That was the last guy. That's where my tier ends, right there. DK, wide receiver 36. Love DK. I have DK ranked ahead of Quentin Johnson. I have DK ranked ahead of Parker Washington. But it was not meant to be. I'm not taking Mekhi Lemon ever. Never, ever, ever. I won't. I'll only take him in a tournament if I have Jalen Hurts and it's 10 picks after ADP. I'll just backstack with Dontavian Wicks and I'll take Dallas Goedert. No way am I taking Mekhi Lemon. God damn it, Derek. I'm upset with you, Derek. All right, I'm going to do another chug because I need it. I need it, man. Fourth chug of the show. Let's get it going. I'm still getting over this fucking cold, man. I feel better now. It's just like it's coming out, you know? So my voice isn't great. Every morning I wake up, I can't really talk, but then it's good by the end of the night. Damn. Here we go. Let's race. Let's race this chug. I think we tied the last time. Here we go.
Here we go.
I think I lost that one. Shit, dude. It's real rough. Really, really rough here. What are my buy situations like? 11, 7, 6, 13, 13, 9. Fuck. Jonathan Taylor and Breece Hall have the same buy. Let's change it up. Let's take Chris Godwin. We might actually end this. We might do less than 3 hours tonight. It has been a long time since I've done less than 3 hours on a night. We are putting in the time, gentlemen. Again, reminder, tomorrow night, Mike Storey is coming on. We're doing deep sleepers. Post 200 ADP, really deep. I have guys that aren't even getting drafted, like not even close to being drafted on there. Guys we want to keep an eye on. We didn't know their names. Not everyone plays as many best balls as us and plays 20 fucking fantasy leagues. There's guys that you guys need to be aware of based on depth charts and talent we like. Friday night, Mike Hastings is coming on. We're doing Vegas versus ADP part 2. I got about 10 different names that I feel like their Vegas lines are intriguing based on their ADP being too high or too low. Also, guys I want to bet on their player props on Underdog or their player pickings on Underdog or DraftKings or FanDuel. So that's going to be a fun segment as well as a mailbag. Maybe do a draft as well. Big race coming on Saturday, and we're going to draft some teams. That's going to be a good time. And then Friday, I'm going to a concert, so I'm going to do just an early stream. In the afternoon, which is weird for me, like noon. So you'll see me on around noon. I'll put that in the Discord for you guys so you know what time. Couple good options. Thank you, American Sniper. Appreciate that pick. You're the man. How did I know that was coming? Knew it was coming. Fucking Sam Laporta. Mr. Value there. Derek, they call him Mr. Value.
This is bad. We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about.
All right. How's everyone's team? You guys like your teams? I'm not thrilled about mine. I hate Breece Hall. I like McLaurin and JMO. Drake May was a value. Hate the Tony Pollard pick. Godwin and Rashad White are okay. This is a fucking C so far. We'll see if I can make it work, you know? I hope so. All right. There goes Jackson Dart. All right. Mouse got a pretty nice team building here. Do you like this? Jared Goff's gone. You have Drake May. We don't really need a quarterback, but I'd like to get one at some point just to end quarterback with Drake May having 2. That'd be cool. 3 guys in the queue, 5 picks before I'm up. I'm guessing all these 3 guys are going to get picked. I'm not going to tell you which players they are. I'll tell you when they get picked. This guy takes the whole clock here. And there's one of them, Matthew Golden off the board. Okay, there's one of my cues. I better put some other guys in here. Otherwise, I'll be left behind. There's one. Shitty shit. Bo Nix, there's 2. Kyler's, there's 3. All of them go off right in a row. Just like little doves. We cannot take Jordan Love. He has the same bye as Drake May. Hopefully someone takes Jordan Love. Jordan Mason, pretty nice pick there. A little early for Connor. Let's see. Yeah, not really. 8 picks early. I love Jordan Mason. And Connor's really high on Jordan Mason. Montana's up. He might take George Kittle. I think he's taking George Kittle here. Could be wrong. Wandale will take Dubs. Is there any buy issues here? There is not. We will take Dubs. I got a stack. Look at that. I got a stack and a sit and go. Doesn't really matter too much. Highest player on my board. There goes Jordan Love to Derek. Building a nice team. Derek's got a nice team, dude. Puka, Collins, Metcalf, Downs. He has ETN, Judkins, Hendy, with Sam Laporta, Caleb, and Jordan Love. Pretty good team. Not surprised, Derek. Not surprised, dude. He's probably going to take Shaheed here, too. Just a guess. Take him. Well, I am here. You know what? I keep on forgetting to upload the fucking graphics, so it's not updated, but it's almost. Connor, you'll be on here shortly. Just want to thank all of the Patreon members, all of the crew, the community. Appreciate all you guys. sticking with me all off season. Now we're full go, guys. 2 months, officially 2 months from tomorrow is the start of the NFL season. Really looking forward to that. I want to thank Helen Hunt for being beautiful. Thank you, Helen. Also, Downtown Sports, guys, check them out. There goes George Kittle off the board and Baker Mayfield. Who has the first pick? No one we know. Well, my queue is empty. I have one person in there. This is lovely. He'll probably be sniped from Derek. Derek will snipe him. I guarantee Derek snipes him. If that's the case, we will pivot and take one more running back. He takes Shakir. Let's take Chris Rodriguez and be done at running back. 5 in the first 11 picks. It might be too heavy at running back. I just got to figure out quarterback and tight end. I have no tight ends right now. We will figure that out. Hell yeah. All right. The Ayuk episode is out now. That is on YouTube on Downtown Sports. I am actually on that show. We recorded that earlier today. Thank you to Mouth and Beast for having me on their show. Yeah, check them out on YouTube. Also, if you are interested in joining this community, guys, never a better time. We have a lot of things we offer. The access to the Discord community, that is the actual community. It is a popping chat with about 50 of us in there. All the hosts, Mouth, Derek, Dakota, all the people you see in here pretty much every night. Hetzer, Connor's in there now. Fantasy Dog. Access to the community fantasy leagues, guys. We have a best ball. We have one spot left for the best ball. We have 2 redrafts up. Once those all fill up, we'll put a couple other leagues up there. I'm going to play in all these leagues. Mal's going to be in most of them. It's all done on League Safe for the pricing, for the payments. So $100 leagues are both the redrafts. The best ball is $50 league. All on Sleeper. Guest appearances on the show. We just had Jonathan on the show last night. Derek was on last week. Love having fans on the show. Free merchandise, hats and shirts sent to you for free. You will get a hat and a shirt when you sign up, as long as you get in the professional or fanatic tier. And also access to the bets, guys, right here. 96 and 58 last year. We'd be crushing these player props. You're also going to get Mouth's game picks and Mike Story's college football picks. Mike Story has a great track record in college. My track record is right here, all documented in the Discord. I post the betting slips when I actually make the bets. You get the exact time I'm placing them with the odds, with the book. You can correlate that and have the same exact record. I do 5-unit plays on all my bets. So we won about, 150 units last year. Hoping for the same success. So you can always get the bets on the Saturday Night Gambling show, but I'm making these bets on Wednesday and Thursday when the lines drop, the prop lines drop, and they always change. If I bet a guy at 65, you could bet your ass on Saturday it's at 70. So that's why you need to get in to get the access to the timely bets, right? Get them in when I place them. It's going to make you a lot more money than what it costs to be in there. And also you get to join this awesome community and also support myself and this program. ProfessionalFanatics.com. Just go to the link in the description for the Patreon link, or go over to Patreon and just search Professional Fanatics. You will find us. When you sign up, I will send you an email tonight after the show. Whenever you sign up, I'm usually on that shit right away to get in the Discord, and we'll talk business. We'll get you in there, all the perks. You know what we do around here. And the Discord is probably the biggest perk, the community. Everyone sells draft guides and shit. We have all that kind of stuff, rankings. But guess what? You know what else we have? We have a community we're selling. And it is the what is the community? What is the Discord, guys? It's the trying to think. It's the place to be.
It's what do you call it, Kramer? It was. Come on, Rudy. Come on. We call it the place to be. The place to be. Yes.
It is the place to be. Man, there's some running backs still available, but we got to get some value here at one of the onesies. Absolute must here. We are sitting with a team of Drake May at quarterback, JT, Breece Hall, Tony Pollard, Rashad White, and Chris Rodriguez. We're done at running back. Drake London, Terry McLaurin, Jamison Williams, Chris Godwin, and Romeo Doubs at wide receiver with no tight ends. Wide receiver is super thin right now, man. I was just looking at it. There is just Omar Cooper. It's a really flat tier here of no one I like. But we're going to take Dallas Goedert, a guy I don't really draft very much. I will say the report that just came out about Eli Stowers, I don't think I read into this too much, but him being third on the depth chart, it's Dallas Goedert's room. He is a starting tight end there, and, you know, he hit 13 touchdowns last year. Now that's not going to happen. Let's cut that in half. If he scores 6 touchdowns this year, he meets his ADP. So I think the community in general, the fantasy community, is too low on Dallas Goedert. And on top of all that, A.J. Brown's not there anymore to demand his 8 or 9 targets a game or he cries. I just prefer T.J. Hockenson later, but I like Dallas Goedert. I should start taking more of Dallas Goedert. I think that report just kind of solidified what we all thought. And if Stowers is in the field, it's going to be in 12 personnel. It's not like he's going to be taking snaps away. Now, what he will take away is targets when he's on the field from Dallas Goedert. Ooh, quarterbacks are getting gross. Running back is really gross. We got to make this tight end room work, man. A couple options here. Sweet. Revenge is sweet. There goes Cam Ward. There goes Daniel Jones. The quarterbacks are gone. Not taking Bryce Young. I'm going to take Chika Okonkwo. And I could take a late guy, a late tight end 3 later. I'm not comfortable with this as just a 2 tight end build. We'll get somebody, I think. I hope.
What's happening here? That French animal bit my ear off! Well, that's an absurd exaggeration. My apologies, Bidwell.
He look in our tent. He look at my woman. He saw her breast.
Her breast? You saw her breast?
I've said it before and I said it again. Any man who look on her will die.
Strong words from a strong man. There goes Hunter Henry. Tajay Spears. We need one more tight ends. And we got to start taking bums at wide receiver. It's the bummy range. You got Denzel Boston, Trey Tucker, Flournoy, Stribling, Bernard, Harris, Adonai Mitchell, Calvin Ridley. You know, I actually like this group of receivers as much as the previous group. Jalen Naylor, Juwan Jennings, Deebo Samuel, that group. That group probably has more upside and more, secure floors, but Trey Tucker, Flournoy, I love Flournoy this year. His metrics last year were awesome. His film was awesome. The game CeeDee Lamb got hurt, that was the same game that George Pickens decided to pout the whole time and not do shit. Ryan Flournoy was crushing, dude. We have 8-9 catches for $130 and a touchdown. Fucking awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And there goes Ryan Flournoy. And it's gone. So let's just take our third tight end in a row here. Take our boy TJ Hockenson. And we are going to have to take some. Man, this is going to be a rough team. So I don't know if 7 fucking receivers is enough on this team. I think it should be. I don't know. I got flex appeal at the tight end spot, though, so. This is real crazy. I keep on pushing it. Dude, I do like here. And Antonio Williams has really, really fallen. And it's like, why is Antonio Williams' ADP dropping with all the Brandon Ayuk news? Is it possible because people are just like, well, Stephon Diggs is going to go there now, and we weren't worried about Ayuk? And now, if Stephon Diggs goes there, he's their starting slot receiver. That is my only take because Antonio Williams is now wide receiver 72. I swear he was wide receiver 62 2 weeks ago. So it is definitely gone down 10 picks, 10 wide receiver picks. Derek wants to talk to Samson. We love talking to Samson.
I want to talk to Samson. Fly me to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
You just took Samson. That's why you said it. Nice pick there. Nice pick. We'll see what Ray says
He
about
had
that.
a meniscus issue, which would totally taint Derrick Rose's career.
It's my favorite clip now, dude. I think he's going to know, though, because I'm going to start asking him questions related to players' injuries. I did that yesterday. I was like, Ray, what do you think? Are you worried about who was the players we're talking about? It wasn't Dobbins. Anyways, it was just a random player. I was like, are you worried about the injury coming back? And then the second he starts talking, pop the clip in. I thought the same thing. That's why I'm pissed about the dining with meat sweats, man. That music was fucking. It was similar to that music too. Such good music with the picture. It's the Beard Meets Food or whatever. The guy that like does the YouTube eating contest goes around to the restaurants and like tries to beat their like, can you eat this in 30 minutes kind of thing. And just so fitting because there was that stretch where Ray was eating. I mean, he always eats. He eats so late and like he eats his dinner. It's a fucking 4-course meal too. And he's got a fucking 20-ounce steak. He's got 2 baked potatoes. He's got beans. He's got literally beans, corn, mashed potatoes. Fucking he nibbles on it for like an hour and a half because he's talking. Just hilarious, dude. Just so much food. So much food so late. Probably not the healthiest thing to do. My wife always yells at me for eating late, and I'm like, we eat dinner at 8, right? I usually eat a little later than that sometimes, but for me, I'm on the show from 10 to fucking 2, and then I like to do my prep. I do my best work at night, so I'm still pretty sharp. My brain is kind of dead, but I'm in football mode. So I'll chill for a half hour. I'll take care of the dogs. I'll put something on the tube, something on YouTube, something to watch just to kind of like clear my head. But then like from like 3:30 to 4:30, I'm just doing stuff for the show. And like I get hungry because it's like I haven't eaten since fucking 8. And I know it's not healthy. I don't eat like a full meal. I'm not dining with meat sweats over here. But you shouldn't eat that late. I'm like, well, I'm fucking hungry. I haven't eaten for like 9 hours. I'm like doing the show, like it takes a lot out of you. Like it's just mentally, and I just get hungry. I work up an appetite, even though I'm just sitting here on my ass. And I know she is right. I should not eat that late. Oh, shit, dude. Somebody took Geno Smith. Is that Mouth? Fuck. Well, I didn't realize Mouth was in here with one quarterback. I'm too distracted talking, and this is not ideal. This is not great. Shitty shit. Shitty shit. Let's see if we can make this work. It is not going to be good. There goes Sean Tucker. I should get a Chris Tucker clip. Every time someone drafts Sean Tucker, they just play a Chris Tucker clip. Because Chris Tucker's hilarious and just is always screaming with that high-pitched voice. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? So we got Brissett. Derek says Mouth's team is good. He definitely waited at quarterback because he has Geno as his 2. Who's his 1? Joe Burrow. All right. Man, Mendoza really fell in this draft. I would consider Mendoza here. Yeah, I get why he falls. And I sit and go, like, do you want to draft a quarterback that might not play till week 7? And that's the issue with Mendoza. But all these guys, Tua, how long does he play? Penix, same situation. Do you want to draft Penix, who's going to play week 7 maybe? Watson, Sanders, these guys all have these questions. Kirk Cousins, he's going to start the year most likely. There goes Wicks and Judy. Kate Otten off the board to Derek. My voice is starting to go a little bit. I'll power through, gentlemen. I will power through. There goes Tua. think we take Mendoza. All right, you know what? Fucking Derek's probably going to take Mendoza. Who are his quarterbacks? Jordan Love and Caleb? No, he won't. No reason there. So we'll get Mendoza. We'll have a 7 wide receiver room. Not ideal. It's not a great room. Pretty balanced. London, McLaurin, J-Mo, Chris Godwin, Romeo Doubs, and Adonai Mitchell. My tight ends are going to have to be flexed quite a bit in this team, which is not what you want. It's not ideal. This might be a third tight ends for... Nope, it won't be. It'll probably be a running back. What is Derek going to do? He can do anything here. He has a 2.57. Oh, he takes Torrey Horton. Surprise, surprise. We'll take Mendoza. This is not one of my better teams. At least I don't think so. See how it's hard to tell when you look at the draft board. When you look at the whole team, you put the build and the positions and the players together. It's a clearer picture, but has not seemed great drafting this team. It really started with the Breece Hall pick. Don't like Breece Hall. Don't like the Tony Pollard pick. Those picks in particular, I just don't love. All right, one more round. We're doing draft grades after this, gentlemen, A through F. We have 5 of us in here. Let's see. We have Derek at 4. I'm at 5. Montana's at 6. Connor is at 7. Mouth is at 11. So we have 5 teams to grade. I'm guessing I will not be winning this draft. I just hope I don't get last. This has just been my first team was great. I would say my first team was almost an A. And then the last one, we had a B- on that. Not good. This one might be a C. I have pretty high standards, and this is just not meeting the standard. Change the title from thumbnail at Best Ball University. It's like what not to do. What not to do. Someone... Keon Coleman's gone. Holy shit. It's getting grody, brother. Grody. Take a look at the buy situation. I don't want to screw myself on buys. We have 113 buy and then no week 5 buys. So 2 options here. I hope they'll both be available. It is Rashad Bateman and Tyquan Thornton. I hope I get them. We'll see. They should be available 7, 8. Connor doesn't need another receiver. I have backup plans, though, and it's not Chris Brazzell. Brandon Ayuk's still on the board, guys. Brandon Ayuk is still there. That's a good call, Derek. How is Charlie Kohler, and why is Charlie Kohler? Is that really true at Evan Ingram? Dude, what? Charlie Kohler, runs fucking 12 routes a year. Look at his numbers, dude. 15 targets, 11 targets, 9 targets, 6 targets. He has received 41 targets in 4 years. He has 4 touchdowns, 300 yards total, a little bit more than 300 yards, 400 yards total in 4 years. So his average line is 100 yards and 1 touchdown. That is wild stuff, dude. Wild stuff. And, of course, Thornton and Bateman go. Connor, that was mean, bro. Not that it matters, but that was mean. I don't like that. If this dude takes my player, Montana, if you take my player, I'm not going to like it. Brandon Ayuk's available for you, bro. There's nothing left at wide receiver. This is really, really gross. You know what? I guess we'll take Christian Kirk. You. All right. Yeah, Bateman. I had Bateman and Thornton in my queue. That's who I needed. I mean, I figured Keon Coleman would be there too. No, he was not. Couldn't take Torrey Horton. In general, I needed quarterbacks. This is just not a great team. Pretty disappointed with this one, guys. Not disappointed with any of you guys, though, sticking around 3 hours in the stream, which is actually pretty standard practice around here. 3 hours seems to be like the floor for these streams. Mouth says it's a solid A. We will see. I wish I didn't hear that, but we'll see. And let's get to, give me 1 second to get this draft loaded up here, the teams loaded up. This was a sprint season, right? Is that right? Which one was it? Sprint or marathon? Go up and look. Sprint season. I got it. That's not the one. This is the one. I got it. All right. We in here. We good. Got it. All right. So we're going to start with Derek's team here. He had the 4th pick. We go in order. Derek's squad: Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Etienne, Judkins, Henderson, Pacheco, Dylan Sampson, Puka, Nico, DK Metcalf, Josh Downs, Shakir, Jennings, Stribling, Horton, and Luke McCaffrey with Laporta and Kate Otten. Borderline light at tight end, although I do like both those players. I'm trying to think about it. I like it more with Evan Ingram. I think Luke McCaffrey was not necessary. I would have taken a 3rd tight end. If that's my gripe, this is a really good team. Hendy as a 3 is perfect. Pacheco and Sampson. This is a fucking good team, Derek. God damn you. Fucking hate this shit. Probably B+, dude, to A-. I don't know. I love this running back room. You have 3 potential studs. Pacheco and Sampson, great bench running backs. Caleb and Love. So the onesies are a little light. The onesies are B+, because the onesies are a little light. The build could have been better, but this is a B+ team. What do you guys think? I love this team. All right, my team here: Drake May, Jacoby Brissett, and Fernando Mendoza. Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, Tony Pollard, Rashad White, and Chris Rodriguez. London: Terry McLaurin, Jamison Williams, Chris Godwin, Romeo Doubs, Adonai Mitchell, and Christian Kirk, with Dallas Goedert, Chika Okonkwo, and TJ Hawkinson. I do like this tight end room. How long I waited. I think this is a really good tight end room, and I'm going to need it to be good because they're going to be flexing. Like, I'm going to have to flex some of these guys. David, it is Terrence Ferguson all day, bro. This year and for the future. Terrence Ferguson is a 2nd-round pick from last year. Very good player. Crazy running back room. I don't love Tony Pollard. Got him at value. I'm not really a Rashad White guy, but I feel like my 4 and 5 are good enough, right? They're good enough. The quarterback room has issues. I don't know. Maybe Mendoza plays at some point. It's not my favorite team. The wide receiver room is kind of blah. I think Godwin and Doubs are pretty solid there, but the build's fine. I just got a little bit screwed at quarterback. I needed Geno Smith in this team. If this team was Drake May, Geno Smith, and Jacoby Brissett, I think we're talking about a different team here. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Did not happen. Montana squad: Herbert, Aaron Rodgers. You notice when I have a bad team, I just click off it really fast. I just move on. If I have a good team, I'm keeping that motherfucker up for like 3 minutes. Just like I'm talking about dogs and shit. I'm like, yeah, oh, whose team is that? Oh, that's mine. What's up, man? What's up? Montana squad: Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Michael Penix, Chase Brown, Kyron Williams, Cam Scatterbo, Jonathan Brooks, Keaton Mitchell. JSN, Adams, Harrison, Pittman, Wandale, Flournoy, and Ted Hurst, with Mark Andrews, Aronde Gatson, and Pat Freiermuth. Love the tight end room. Quarterback room is not ideal with Herbert as your stud and Aaron Rodgers. I wish this was like Bryce Young or something, just someone younger with some rushing upside. It's okay. And then the running back room is great. I do love this running back room. Wandale as a 6, as a 5 is okay. Flournoy and Ted Hurst. It's a decent team. I'm going to go B- on this team. I just don't love the quarterback room. I love the tight end room. I don't love the back-end wide receiver stuff as much as I like Flournoy. Maybe you could sell me on solid B, just not enamored with the quarterback room and the back-end wide receiver stuff. Still a solid team. B- to B. I do like this team. What do you guys have in the chat? Also, grade your own team. Let me know what you guys think of your teams. Connor, 7th pick, 2592 build, Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud. This is probably enough with Jaden Daniels. Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, RJ Harvey, Jordan Mason, and Zach Charbonnet. Pretty good running back room, man. I like Harvey as a 3. I love Mason as a 4. That should be able to get you by until Zach Charbonnet comes back and becomes an RB3 for you. CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, DJ Moore, Sutton, Debo, Tesla, Tank Dell, Keon Coleman, Tyquan Thornton, with Kyle Pitts and Travis Kelce. So, tight end room's pretty good. I think that's enough at tight end. You fit the bill at the 9 receivers. You needed 9 receivers in this team, and you did it. Balanced team. I'm going to go solid B for Connor. I think it's a solid B team. It's a very, very good team. Probably not the best team. It's right in line with Derek's team. A little less than Derek, but it's close. Pretty good. It is a light tight end room. I will give you that. But, Pitts is solid. Pitts is like right on that line. Like he's not quite good enough for the 2 tight end builds unless you take, I think Kelce is right on that line as well. Like, are you comfortable with Kelce as your 2? Are you comfortable with Pitts enough as your 1? If this team had Loveland, obviously, or even Tyler Warren, I would like it a lot more. That's the deciding factor that is not quite as good as Derek's team. But it's a good team, Connor. Let's go to last team here, Mouth of the South. Joe Burrow and Geno Smith, Henry, Corum, Gainwell, Tracy, and Spears. JJ, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Brian Thomas, Jacoby Myers, Rashid Shaheed, Calvin Ridley, and Devon Vele with Tucker Kraft, Kenyon Sadiq, and Terrence Ferguson. Really like the tight end room. It's not great after Tucker Kraft, though. Like, I feel like Ferguson is super inconsistent. We'll see what the snap share looks like this year. And I'm just not a Sadiq guy. But Tucker Kraft's good enough, and I like that you took 3. That was a smart decision, especially with Sadiq. Jefferson, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Brian Thomas is your 4. Myers, Shaheed, Ridley, Vele. Pretty good wide receiver room. I don't love the running back room. I'm a huge Corum guy. Corum is your 2. I do like Gainwell as a 3. I'm softening on Tracy a little bit just based on some of the reports. I think he's still going to be fine. And Tajay Spears. A lot of usable guys there. Running back. Quarterback room is thin. I mean, I know Joe Burrow is awesome, but the injury questions are still there. It's not like he's coming into the year hurt, but this offensive line is not that much better. Do love Joe Burrow, and I am pretty high on Geno Smith, but I prefer – it's hard to take 3 quarterbacks when you take Joe Burrow. I just want, Sam Darnold or something. That's what I want there, some more stability, because let's be honest, there's a chance Geno Smith only plays 11 games this year. They move on from him and start Klubnik. That being said, it's a fine quarterback room for how little you put into it. And I think Vele was probably a luxury pick, but you needed 8 receivers, right? Is this a good enough team to have 7? Probably a 7-receiver team. I probably would have liked another running back here because you don't have a true 2. Corum and Gainwell should be able to pull it together pretty well. It takes it away from the A grade to me. It's not as balanced as it could have been. So I'm gonna go solid B, a solid B. B to B plus, right between B and B plus for this team. I do like the team. I like the high-end receivers you have there. Brian Thomas, your 4 is awesome. I kind of like having Jacoby Myers as well. It gives you some nice floor and a sit and go. And then my love of Shaheed. Calvin Ridley was a great pick. I think with the Calvin Ridley pick, you have enough floor and enough upside at wide receiver to take a quarterback. I think the play would have been was just take an earlier quarterback. Maybe you sacrifice Shaheed and you take Sam Darnold, and now your quarterback room is much more solidified. That would be my thing. But it's a good team. Yeah, it's a good team. I convinced Derek that it was a B. What do you guys have in the chat? This is it for me, guys. We're at 3 hours and 10 minutes. Great stream. I appreciate all the supers. Appreciate everyone else in here tuning in for this entire – a lot of you guys are in here for 3 hours, as usual. You guys are the fucking best, man. You guys there's not most days I do look forward to coming on. Like, there's not days that I'm just like, damn, I got to do a fucking show tonight. Solo shows are tougher to get up for sometimes because I don't have anyone to bounce things off. But sometimes it's cool. We have these random conversations. We had the dog conversation today for like 20 minutes. That was great. But part of the reason that I always look forward to doing this is because of you guys, honestly. And rarely, I think you guys can tell. Like, you can tell when someone's faking it. Like, they don't really want to be there. I think there's been a couple nights, I think in the 10 months that I haven't wanted to do a show, like literally 2 or 3 nights. And I don't know how apparent that is or how transparent that is, but I try to be a pretty transparent person and just, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm a little tipper, and my voice is going. But genuine is the word. That is the word. Genuine. Pretty easy word to remember. But all right, appreciate everybody. Again, tomorrow night, Mike Storey coming on 10 p.m. Central. That is going to be inspirational. Thank you, Connor. That is going to be the Deep Sleeper Show. So for you degenerates, for you sickos like us, we're talking deep, deep, deep names. Guys that sometimes aren't even drafted in these best ball leagues. And why do you need to know these names? You're asking why? Well, for many reasons. Mid-season, when there's an injury and this happens, that happens, there's a trade, things like that. That's why you need to know these names, because these guys pop up and you want to have a background on these guys. And obviously, you're going to have this reference, this tool, this show, the Discord to talk about these guys. We want to get ahead of the game and plant some flags on some guys that could be relevant. The thing is, we're going so deep. ADPs that they're not even ADPs. I think all these guys have a chance to be relevant. And it's like, if this said player gets playing time, what can they do? Or are they just a total pass? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if these guys are on the list, I think if they get playing time, they have a chance to be relevant in fantasy. We're talking about this deep of names. Anyone can talk about sleepers like Rashid Shaheed and these guys. We're going deep, baby. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central with Mike Storey. Friday, like I said, we have Mike Hastings coming on for Vegas versus ADP. Mouth Ayuk episode featuring Rob Simmons out now on Downtown Sports Podcast. Guys, go over there right now if you want a little bit more Rob, a little bit more Mouth, a little different taste there. It's a 4-man panel. They're talking about Brandon Ayuk for probably about 40 minutes, I want to say. So go check that out on YouTube, Downtown Sports. Just search Downtown Sports. You will see it. They only have 37 subs right now, guys. I want to see 40 subs by the time I watch the video after I take my dogs out. That's all I'm asking. 3 subs. I know some of you guys, most of you guys are already subbed. Hop on over there. Watch the video also. You're going to like the format. You're going to like what we got. I'm also on it. Mouse on there. You love him. You've seen Beast in this program. Downtown Sports, where sports come home. Link for that show is also their Spotify is also in the description, but their YouTube is just search Downtown Sports. Hello, Michael. I've not seen Michael yet today. There he is. Look at him. He's looking great. That hair, totally real hair for sure. All right, that's it. Thank you to everybody. Great drafts. I had a pretty rough night drafting. That was one of the worst teams. 2 of the worst teams I've drafted in quite a while. The first one was pretty good, though. So not a great night for me, not on my game. Had a great time hosting the show. Great time hanging out with you guys. Appreciate everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. I'm out.
You just seem like a good dude. I thought I'd see if you want to grab a beer, that's all. I'm glad you called. We get home safe, Pistol.
You got it, Jobin.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Oh, what'd you say?
I don't know. You nicknamed me Pistol, and I just called you Jobin. It means nothing. I'm drunk. I'm gonna call a cab.
All right, man. You have my number, yeah?
I got you stored in my iPhone.
All right. If you need me, call, okay?
Oh, man, I'm golden.